Greetings, everyone. Please give a moment to make sure everything's set on up. YouTube's having a bit of trouble. The it's going good. Kick is starting. There's a stream on YouTube. As I knows everyone, I am a little bit tired today, so the stream may not go on as long. I just didn't get much sleep last night. Twitch is going. Okay, not a subscriber on Twitch overnight, over the morning. One of the two. Just says yeah, doesn't say how many hours ago. And the Rumble's going, Twitch is going, YouTube's going. Let me check my other computer. Please give me another moment. And yep, looks like everything's good on my other computer. So let's go and get started. Yesterday it was that one, basically 1 2-hour replay, which was absurd. So let's take it a little bit easy and go for 1v1s, shall we? Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Cup Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as a US player, or opponent stick. Spawn on the south side as the Wehrmacht forces. We have Rommel, DK. Of course, we're going to see some Pioneers, Wehrmacht quarters. We do not see a barracks just yet. We do see 2 engineers in build queue, so he's probably going to go for a relatively late barracks. This map is a little bit wide open, so we do need some engineers on both sides to capture multiple sectors. So going for a delayed barracks would make sense, and here is the delayed barracks. Not really super delayed, just the second engineer.
What's up?
This engineer is advancing forward, looks like eyeing for this munitions sector. Point being captured on up, Wehrmacht quarters not completed, and both those pioneers are heading toward the left, and no more pioneers being deployed on out. And oh, looks like he tagged it. Did he just build one, then tagged it out, and start building the other one? If it works, it works. We do now have the munitions sector being captured on up. We do, of course, have the munitions sector being captured on up. And we've got the strategic point, and now the fuel point being captured on up. Engineers have completed the barracks, riflemen being employed on out, and we do have an MG42 being pushed on forward. With the Wehrmacht player only going for 2 pioneers, he's not going to capture the right side of the map, and there's a lot of resource sectors over there. Right here, there's just 2 strategic points, so he's eyeing to lock down this flank here first, and then maybe try and eye for the right flank.
We're losing ground out there.
It can be locked down pretty easily. There's 2 bridge crossings, or not bridge, fjords, low ground, traversable land. Get your feet wet. It can be captured on. Could be locked down by the MG42. Does get some burst there onto the engineers. Pioneers may just want to advance and just engage the engineers as best they can. They do stop capturing there, and 42 is packed on up. Maybe eyeing to set up towards this flank there. This engineer squad will need to be forced back with them being suppressed like that. The engineers, and they took a lot of free damage there. They're going to try to crawl away now. Pioneers may be safe to capture the munitions sector now. You have this fuel point captured up, and the other engineers captured up the VP.
Losing ground
Got a
out there.
Schimmelwagen now upon field. I wonder, does it get reduced movement speed, or is it able to traverse this puddles of water? Because it is an amphibious vehicle there.
Good to go.
Get some good damage on the engineers. Engineers trying to fall back, capture this munitions sector, but they're now fully falling back.
Army Corps here.
We may see some wire right here. That seems a good spot for wire.
Reporting for duty.
And now Schimmelwagen's going to be patrolling around. Pioneers capturing some sectors there. This Pioneer's advancing forward. And looks like the Pioneers and Engineers may spot each other at the relatively same time. There's no negative cover there. There's heavy cover there for the Engineers. Pioneers are dancing around. Got Pioneers dance towards the heavy cover there, but looks like he's in light cover technically. So the point point blank should perhaps reduce its damage output or damage received, and does force the engineers thanks to the Shimwagen at point blank range. Rifleman now advancing across the creek. Engineers capture the mission sector there, and does get some great damage onto the engineers, wiping it out. Minor loss overall. Engineers, of course, relatively cheap and means relatively replaceable.
Looks like we fight today.
Rifleman behind a bit of heavy cover there, looks like. And now the Shimwagen is going to be engaging the Rifleman. Decent damage to each other. We got some Volksrangers now push way forward, trying to support the Shimwagen. Shimwagen taking the damage there, so it's good. It keeps the Volksrangers nice and healthy, but does Rifleman do retarget towards the Volksranger. Able to do a bit more permanent damage on Volksranger than, say, the Shimwagen, which can just be tapped with a wrench and good to go. Rifleman have dropped a model there, 2 drops, models drop. Of course, he's getting a bit double teamed at the moment. And the Pioneers have wired off this entire region. Of course, engineers can quickly cut it. Now the Rifleman squad is falling back, and now there's going to be a bit of gauntlet there. The MG42 is right there as well. This Rifleman squad could get wiped out. There's still 2 models remaining. Shimwagen and Volkswagen is getting some damage on the retreat. MG42 not very close, so its burst will be minimal. Does not get a leader right there, nor does the support or the extra gunner go on down. Not sure what I was thinking there. A little bit too tired. My words are not coming out straight. Coming diagonal. Not sure how I would do that. Minesweeper now pulled out by the US player. Very nice, but I don't believe there's any landmine spot in the field. But it's always a good idea to go for a Minesweeper. Especially when you think your opponent's going for some mines. Shimwagen slightly damaged there. Volkswagen is advancing on forward. Right now there's 3 riflemen deployed on the field, 2 engineers. Their strategic point has not catched up, but it's not very important. And now we do have the rifleman squad getting some good damage on the Shimwagen. Got this as another Volksgrenadiers advancing force. Soon that rifleman squad is going to be hit by 2 Volksgrenadiers, though one of them is down a man. Shimwagen's received a bit of beating there. Needs to fall back relatively soon. Damage to crit there at pretty much the maximum health possible. But he should be able to creep away. Ooh, rifleman grenades already? Interesting. He does have a bit of munitions there. He may spend some munitions there. I thought he had 90. I must have been going crazy. Nope, Minesweeper. I wasn't going crazy. Going for 2 Minesweepers, which means he basically will spot any landmine that's going to go out of the field, but maybe a little bit too much this moment. Shimwagen fires a burst there, does avoid the grenade there, almost splashes his own rifleman there, and the other Volksgrenadier squad does fall back now. Pioneers capture that fuel sector, try to fully capture it soon. And fully captured now. Riflemen and engineers advance forward. Both the squads being suppressed by the MG42 have not relocated at the moment. Shimwagen with the damn engine still in this region. Maybe we'll get some bursts on these squads. MG42 won't be able to get off a burst on these advancing squads, but he will keep them spotted with the Shimwagen. Shimwagen's still quite wounded, but these riflemen are quite wounded as well. The MG42 just may want to fall back. They does just fully withdraw. And this force will have trouble pursuing the MG42 because Shimwagen can get some great damage. We have a second structure deployed on the field. Got the Krieg's barracks now deployed on the field for the Wehrmacht player. Volksrangers behind some heavy cover, but not firing. Need to advance a little bit farther forward. Rifleman behind some heavy cover there as well. And another damage crit there onto the Shimwagen. Volksrangers could use the Shimwagen taking fire to advance forward to the heavy cover there. And we've got now even a regular Grenadier now deployed on the field. Rifleman squad just fall back, throws a grenade in the Volksgrenadier. I think if he would not retreat back, he would have took a little bit less damage from that grenade. Rifleman squad has received quite a bit of damage right there, and now the Rifleman squad is falling them back. Oh, US landmine. Very nice. I don't know why. I don't think it's going to be for MG bunker. I think it's going to be for a catch and recovery bunker, and it's going to put the MG inside. I may be mistaken, but that is my gut feeling.
Listen up, Rifle Squad.
Volksgrenadiers and regular Grenadiers advancing forward. There's one squad rifleman right there. Rifleman, of course, does have access to grenades, but he's outside of grenade range. If he goes forward for grenade range, the Grenadiers can throw their own grenade. Though, granted, it feels like the stick bomb of the Grenadiers was less potent than a Rifleman grenade. Rifleman falling back, we're seeing quite a bit of damage right there. He's trying to cut some wire there. He's going to try to cut the wire to escape on out of there because that's a single man. And since he has a minesweeper out, he doesn't have a single gun. Got the other minesweeper squad falling on back as well. Very nice. And let's take a look at this player. And he's going for casual recovery bunker. And since I had it selected while switching players, now there's a permanent reticle. Not good or bad thing at this moment. Though I am still predicting an MG42 kill inside that garrison.
Where do you want us?
And
Ready.
Grenadiers do put down some more wire. Right there. That's where they need the wire. That's the hole. It does get rebuilt there. We've got 2 Rifleman squads of Invincible, not fully reinforced. We do now have a supply yard being deployed on the field and a triage center already deployed out in the field. Pioneer and Volks Grenadiers will spot these Rifleman squads. Pioneer can easily get wiped out in this engagement. Volks Grenadiers will get overran. Jimbog and advance forward, not fully repaired. And the Volks Grenadier squad does fall back entirely. Pioneer squad does not draw any fire just yet. And do have another Grenadier deployed out for the Wehrmacht players. So we've got 2 Volks Grenadiers, 2 regular Grenadiers, 2 Pioneers, an MG42, and a mounted MG42. That 1 infantry squad is not on the field. He may want to go for that 1 support squads relatively soon.
Do you need any
We have 300 points left.
fire? Look out!
Grenadiers receive a bit of fire there. Andrews now deployed out on 1 of these Grenadiers. We don't see a motor pool just yet. Here's a good damage down that Rifleman squad. And over here, we've got this Volks Grenadier now engaged this Rifleman squad. Not fully healed at the moment. But does get 1 kills there on the Rifleman. Volks Grenadier squad does fall back entirely. There's a supporting Rifleman squad there. Very wounded. We're seeing hits there from the Rifleman, from the Grenadier.
Boss?
Tremwagen fully repaired up. Grenade thrown on the Grenadier. Does lose a model there. And that is a casualty, which actually means, yep, first casualty will be claimed by that bunker. Very nice. Rifleman squad's receiving a bit of damage there. Rifleman squad needs to fall back. This other one needs to fall back really soon as well. There's another frag grenade there. Does fall back. Does lose 1 of the models there. And, ooh, Rifleman squad gets fully wiped out. This one's still prone to being wiped. It's so low in health. And both those Rifleman squads do go down. Big, big loss. Upon losing those Rifleman squads, he does have a motor pool on the field. I hear explosions somewhere. Upon losing those Rifleman squads, it's probably a good idea to go for a Greyhound, but he knows about the Panzerschreck. It may be a good idea now to go straight for a Ranger. He has 2 command points, so you can pull out a Ranger, or at least get the command doctrine for the Rangers. Or you can try going for a bit of airborne to get replacements for those Rifleman squads.
One of our munitions points.
Fort Weapon Center now pulled on the field, going for a US sniper. Topograph Center right there. Spread out quite nicely. He maybe could be going for defensive, not sure. Now this side looks like spend their command points, both of them at 3 at the moment. Engineers and Minesweepers advance forward. We'll find the Pioneer about a Minesweeper. Now the Engineers and Minesweepers will receive a bit of fire there from the MG42 and from the Grenadiers and Volks Grenadiers. 1 casualty has been claimed over here. Do have the Pioneer falling back away from the Rifleman. Now I do have the Grenadiers advancing forward. Does get a shot there on the MG bunker. Will be suppressed shortly. So we'll go for a Panzerschreck as well. Panzerschreck's almost completed. He may able to fire off 2 Panzerschreck shots before he needs to fall back. Actually, that one does get fully pinned there. This Panzerschreck may fire off before... Nope, just decides to fall back entirely. We got the assault phase complete. We do have straight into battle phase. Maybe a good idea to go straight from Ostwind or Panzer IV. Another US sniper being deployed in the field. I don't agree with with a large number of US snipers when we only have 1 Rifleman squad deployed in the field. Snipers best work when you have a frontline unit such as the Rifleman with them. Plus the Schimwagen still pose a threat there, and he's not deployed anything out from Tank Depot. At this point in time, he
Losing
may
a
want to go...
munitions point.
Wait, that's a Tank Depot, not a motor pool. What was I thinking? Did I say motor pool earlier? That's a full Tank Depot. You can see a Sherman tank. He has plenty of fuel. He almost has enough fuel for a Sherman Crocodile.
Look sharp, rifleman.
Hostiles. in the
Mortar?
compound.
Is there a,
Base is
it looks like
under
there is a
attack.
Granada Warfare deployment field. There's a lot of trees in this area. Planting the mortar along here or here, depending where your opponents are at, it's not half bad. Additionally, there's a nice little lake there to fire across of. The mortar is a good idea. He's trying to break this in machine gun placement in order to advance on forward. And third US sniper. Okay, we got full sniper spam. That's a little bit nasty. Got some Patrick that hits his own barbed wire there. Volks Grenadiers now starting to fire away against the rifle
Base is
squad.
under attack.
And now some of these models are going down. Granada Warfare's going. I think he should barrage the sniper's last known location. He's currently not barraging the last known location. We do got the Schimwagen advance forward. Trying to find these snipers. But the snipers advance on forward, gain some more shots on these forces.
Enemy unit down.
And the Schimwagen does go
Forces are
down
taking
there.
casualties.
Nope. So he does lose an entire engineer squad to the mortar. Very nice.
Sniper reporting.
And a third US sniper deploy on the field. I say that is not a good idea. A Sherman tank or Sherman Crocodile would have been much better. He doesn't have enough escort, though he's lucky that his opponent's wiring off everything, so he's not really advancing forward. He could send over some Pioneers or Grenadiers, Volks Grenadiers along the flanks, capture those up. MG42, where's MG42 at?
Got hostile.
Where do you want us?
Yep, right there. Granada Warfare getting some great hits there on the machine gun placement. Got a motor pool in point field. He's going for an AT gun. Pounds of command, fully built. He has a bit of fuel, plenty of manpower. Or I could go for Knight's Cross holders before it goes anything else. It may eye for a observation post on a fuel point at this current rate. Oh, we got additional pan trucks on both of these Grenadiers. So there's plenty of AT, so probably a good idea to go for an Ostwind, not a Panzer IV at this moment. Though he probably does have the tank depot spotted, so he's probably considered for a tank, so a Panzer IV would not make half bad sense. With two pit squads of Panzer trucks, it'd probably still be a good idea to go for Ostwind. That wire is fully built. Rifleman squad advancing around. Most of the engineers maybe eyeing for a bit of wire cutting. Now we've got the three stealth snipers advancing forward. Pioneers going to capture these other flanks there. Very nice. Snipers do get some good shots there on one of the Volks Grenadiers. Does fall back that squad entirely. Finds squad advance forward.
An assault force has now been assembled in
And
our
now he's going
reserve.
straight for a Stu. Panzer IV. But maybe trying to, since he doesn't have a whole lot of fuel production, so one alternative, I guess, is he goes for tanks from the Panzer Command and then use whatever leftover manpower on Stus. He's going to have soon both a Stu and a Panzer IV on the field. He needs to go for tank infantry as soon as he can.
We have gained the momentum on the
Infantry
field.
1 and support weapons wouldn't hurt as well. Minesweeper has cut through that wire there. Sniper still camouflage here. Rifleman squad could advance
We are
on
losing
forward.
ground.
We've got multiple Pioneers captured the flanks. Stu pushing way forward. Got MP40 Volks. And now that MP40 Volks is getting hit by too many snipers. Stu is advancing on forward. He may be forced to find the ground. Yeah, he forced by the ground there, but he does retreat back nice and early. Did I hear a landmine? It may have been just a Granada Warfare hit there. Stu does find the shot there. Rifleman may have sticky bombs available. We'll see, does not. We don't know what Doctrine the US player has gone for just yet. Though he may have a bit more than 4 command points in total. He has plenty of munitions. Airborne will not be good. Panzer IVs and Stus pose massive threat to infantry. The reinforced rifles wouldn't be half bad. Still, ranges are still a possibility. Hellcat on the way. It may be a good idea to just go for infantry for off the power shoot at the moment, or for armor for repairs and Pershing and Calliope and all those stuff. Rifle squad does not receive any damage right there. Stu's falling on back. He does have HC1 on his tanks now. Panzer IV advancing forward as well. Rolls another miss there on the rifleman. Gets a good hit there on the rifleman. The Panzer IV can engage the Hellcat, but it's of course an 80-gun support. And we still have the Grenadiers with Panzertrucks, don't we?
Was wünschen Sie?
One right there. The other, both of them are somewhat in the region.
Ooh, Achtung! The weapons are here. Okay, construction done.
MP-40 Volks now being plotted field, trying to destroy some of the hedges. And now the Pioneers are repairing up the Stu. Riflemen and Minesweeper advancing along the flank. Sniper support. We will not see a sniper hitting a random landmine. I don't think. Wait. Did I see something circular there? I guess not. I don't think the Wehrmacht player is deploying a landmine so far this game, so he doesn't have to worry about that, but still a good idea to go with the Minesweepers. He may have not deployed out any landmines since he saw those Minesweepers.
We are losing territory.
Tank Depot deploying out another Hellcat, so soon we have two Hellcats. Probably a good idea to go for armor, Allied War Machine, or field repair. Both would be useful. More wire has been plowed out in the field. And I do have level 1 production as well. Very nice. There are no tank traps there, so the dude will crush his own wire and start advancing forward. I don't believe this bridge can be destroyed. Now the Hellcats will be getting some parabounces on their Stus. That is a Volksgrenadier, not a regular Grenadier. Regular Grenadiers get hit by snipers. Stu finds some good damage there onto those Hellcats. We may see a Panzerfaust from these Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers goes on fire there. Panzer gets good hit there. Snipers hitting the Volksgrenadier. Volksgrenadier needs to fall back, and there goes the Hellcat to the Panzer IV. He looks like he's going to be trying to eye for a shot at one of these snipers. Gets a pretty good hit there, but I think the Veterancy saved him. Panzer IV wounded. So's the Hellcat. Panzerx trying to line up a shot there. Can't both connect there, taking out that Hellcat. An additional Hellcat now blow down the field. Panzer IV advanced forward. Panzer IV is a bit wounded. Does get a couple whiffs there, but does actually fire a shot. Gets directed there. Two-man Grenadier with Panzerschrecks advancing forward, trying to hit that Hellcat. And the US player still has plenty of command points. Did not take time to get out Allied War Machine. Panzer IV needs to fall back, get some repairs. Looks like he's getting some repairs. And these are not repair bunker Pioneers, they're just regular Pioneer squads. Nebel Warfare firing away, trying to hit the perhaps the snipers in the back line.
Hostiles in the compound.
Gain some damage on various structures. He is cinching down the treehouse center. That's a relatively vulnerable structure. Stu not fully hit or healed. We do now have the Grenadier Warfare getting some shots on the Hellcat, but I don't believe it can do much damage, if any at all. And now I've got the Volksgrenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some damage there onto the engineers.
We have artillery support on the horn.
Off-map power shoot now available. He has plenty of munitions for it. Some much needed heals on the Stu. He has Efficiency 2 as well now. Means he has access to some pinto mounts both on the Panzer IV and on the Stu.
Ready for the crowds.
Dude's advancing on forward, trying to get a shot on something. Right from his squad advancing forward. He likely has access to sticky bombs at the moment. Hellcat's currently camouflage. AT gun does roll a bounce
We're
there.
at 200 points.
He does manage to fall back in time. Snipers facing forward, and do have now M2 now being employed on now as well. We got currently still the 3 snipers. M2 howitzer now employed on the field, which is pretty relatively close. So the Nebwarfer may will find a shot.
Artillery reporting.
I wonder what Nebwarfer's actually shooting at. He may have been.
Base is under
The
attack.
Granada Warfare was shooting at that tank depot the entire time, so he actually destroyed the tank depot. So the Nebwarfer was not trying to hit the M2, but was actually trying to hit that tank depot. So there's no signs of map hacks there. Just repeated barrages from the same location. Good hit there on the Granada Warfare and on the Nebwarfer.
Enemy unit down.
And the mortar team gets destroyed entirely there since it was packed up. That Granada Warfare was very useful as it was alive. Volkstern is advancing forward, trying to get some shots on some stuff. He may go for Panzer Palace, but right now he's received too many sniper shots. Grenadier is advancing forward with prepare Panther Shreks. And does only get one shot there. Stu's advancing forward, may receive a sticky bomb there. Panzer forward does get a decent hit there onto the rifleman. Stu backed off into the cliff, does not get sticky bomb there. AT gun shot still running on in. Hellcat gave some more hits onto the Stu, but they all bounce. Starting to repair up the Nebwarfer now. And still plenty of munitions to work with, but not a lot of manpower to work with at the moment. Another AT gun, very nice. No additional M2 being employed on out. And the Wehrmacht player does have a good amount of manpower reserve and munitions reserve. Not a lot of fuel at the moment. We do not have a full Panther now pulling fuel, so we've got Panzer IV, Stu, and Panther.
Losing a sector.
Rifleman squad may receive a shot. Panther has not fired his main gun just yet. And though the Panther's going straight for the M2, since he did not build any AT mines here, he didn't stop anything overrunning the M2 there. Finds a good shot there on the M2. Panzer IV now pushing forward to support. Stu could advance forward as well. And there goes that M2. Panzer IV finds a miss there on the rifleman squad. Panther does have his rear exposed, does receive a shot there. Sticky bomb does connect. The Panther just needs to start crawling away. Damage crit there. Stu finds a shot. And fresh M1 AT gun, getting some rear arm hits there. Main gun destroyed crit there. And here comes the Nebwarfer barrage onto these forces. Panther does take out the Panther before dying. Panzer IV is about to go down as well. One shot there, and main gun destroyed crit there, so he's spared death for a moment. AT gun's trying to rotate around. We may see a shot. Does get the kill there on the Panzer IV. So he did trade a Panzer IV and Panther for a Hellcat and an M2. That's probably a bit more costly for the Wehrmacht player, but he's still in a good position there. And now he has access to Blitzkrieg. He's not going for the Tiger tank. Since he took out the tank depot, he may not need to get out any more Panthers. Panzer IVs and Ostwinds will probably be more than plenty. Probably Ostwinds. A bit more dedicated anti-infantry.
Seized one of the cowboy munition locations without a fight. You're the hero. Ready for orders.
Sniper does survive there. Stu receive 2 penetrating hits there from the AT guns. The one's Spec 2, the other one's Spec 1. And now with the rear arc exposed. Annihilated. Nice forward does get suppressed there by the MG42. MG42 lost a couple models there. Off my power shoot, annihilating it. Lost the snipers. All 3 snipers still alive. Rifleman squad still suppressed. And the casualty recovered bunker has only so far claimed 2 casualties. That Warfare Barrage running in somewhere. Sounds like the second one somewhere, but let's just see the one on the field. Now the second one on the field. Does miss the snipers. This player now has access to Rangers. He may save us manpower for off-map combat groups. He wouldn't be a bad idea to go for his supply yard upgrade if he does not have command points. Notice this Nebula Warfare will get decrewed by the rifleman. He may try to steal it. Got only 2-man Volksgrenadiers here for defense. Rifle squad can stop, can force back the MP40 squad, but now it does have Pantrax here. Grenade has been thrown top of the rifleman squad. Rifleman squad does avoid it.
Now we can sniff out those mines.
Volksgrenadiers dancing their way forward.
Allies are down to 100 points.
Got now the MP40 squad advancing forward as well. Off my power shoot running on in, trying to destroy that Nebula Warfare battery. Another Nebula Warfare battery is running on in somewhere. Does hit up the Nebula Warfare battery. And here comes the Nebula Warfare barrage. Archery rolls and misses there. Does keep the snipers at bay, and great hit there. And he actually may lose his squads if they get singed too much on the retreat. Nope, looks like they escape out of there. And looks like the AT gun does get decrewed there. MP40, oh, trying to hit this Volksgrenadier. It does fall back. Everything falls back there. Gets burned up a little bit by the incendiary effect as well. Both the Pantrax do miss. There's no bolt action rifles open firing. Now going to take time to pull out some wire. Also went on the build queue. Very nice. And the Wehrmacht player has plenty of munitions for Blitzkrieg and for
blitz our resources.
Manpower Blitz. There's Manpower Blitz there. He could go for a field observation post this moment in time. That wouldn't be half bad. Help get his income going. Perhaps get a tide of armor.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
And he does actually capture the M1AT gun there. Very nice. Also would now pull on the field. Specialty 2. Specialty 1 support units on the build queue. Trying to improve his Nebula Warfare. He's out of Pioneer, so he's need to get another Pioneer. Does go for a Stu here.
Veterans engaged.
Going for a lot of AT infantry armored assets, which at this case, it's going to do great. Until we see a Pershing. When the Warfare do get decrewed, the other one will escape, but the gun's almost destroyed. M1AT gun, Specialty 2. It's open Specialty 2. Blitzkrieg. And does lose his also one there. That was totally his own fault, not having infantry escort. And now there's some greatly better AT guns there. Good sniper hits there onto the Grenadiers as well. And Grenadier squad has reformed, so it does get a fresh Grenadier. Stu trying to advance it forward. Does get some good shots there on the AT gun. Trying to overrun it. Grenadiers advancing forward. MP40 bolts advancing forward as well. Does decrew that AT gun there. Stu needs to start hitting that AT gun, so does the Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers. Gets great shots there. Completely decrews the AT gun now. Well, another Stu. Nothing in the build queue. And here comes another Warfare Barrage somewhere. There is now a Hellcat. Ooh, off that combat group there, but he's getting stuck. Off-map combat group does net him 2 riflemen, an AT gun, and a Hellcat. That is actually a really good off-map combat group for the US player. All those assets are going to be useful. We do now have this engineer squad falling back. Does roll a bounce there. The captured M1AT gun could get a shot off there. The Stu could advance forward, trying to hold back the Hellcat. Captain M1AT gun may get overran relatively soon. As Faust does connect, AT gun finds a shot there, takes out the off-map combat group Hellcat. Now the AT gun does get decrewed. We got the 2 Grenadiers advance forward, one armed with 2 Pantrax does recruit the AT gun there. They may get some grenades on that AT gun before anything goes down. These also pioneers are getting themselves prepared on up. Last time check, he had no pioneers. And grenade has been thrown. I don't know if that looked like a rifleman grenade, how much damage it did. MP40 Volks advancing forward, but not fully reinforced. Another good grenade there on the Grenadiers. This one still has 3 mumbles left, so it could go and get it healed up. Nebor for far too forward. Often power shoot now raining on in, and these infantry forces may just need to fall back entirely. And engineers deploy a demolition charge. Demolition charge. That Stu's getting some great damage there on his own bunker. And the Warford appears to have gone down as well. Multiple casualties being recovered. Bunker, however, does go down. And when he can get some shots over here, MP40 Volks not reinforced the mode. Grenade thrown. Got some good damage on that Volks Grenadiers. Now we've got the MP40 Volks trying to advance forward, trying to get some damage over here, but they're wounded themselves. Minesweeper engineers trying to decapture that fuel point. So just level 1 supply yard. I saving up for another off-map combat group, pretty close to it.
Point is ours. What say we lock it down?
Dudes definitely need some much needed repairs. 1 pioneer deployed on the field.
They have 200 points left.
Next off-map combat group is now available. Let's see what he gets. Nothing. Oh, he deployed out something else, or queued up something else. I'm not sure why my camera couldn't move. Oh, maybe just reinforcements. That's what happened because he had 800, right? And I don't know what he. Oh, that's what he did. He applied a machine gun emplacement. That's where his manpower went. Fresh Panther now pulled on the field, M1AT gun over here. Rolls a bounce. Now the Panther's trying to gauge the machine gun placement. The Sticky Bomb will connect onto the Panther. And damage and crit will connect. Good pen there onto the Panther. Panther still seeing a bit more abuse there. And we'll see another Sticky Bomb real soon. Another Sticky Bomb will be thrown on the field. It will likely spell the death of the Panther. The short range and crit, good enough to death. There goes AT gun. He immediately fetches the 2 M1AT gun. Overall, it feels like the Wehrmacht players are really throwing away the game, losing all these vehicles like this. And soon we're going to see another off-map combat group, right? There's off-map combat group. Gets another Hellcat. 2 mortars and a rifleman. Mortars can be nice. Put them about on that low ground there. Why is my camera not moving? Why can I not move anything? Okay, I don't know why that keeps on happening. We do now have the M1AT gun. Decent damage right there. We've got the Fatherland active. Wipes out Rifleman squad. Does take out that AT gun entirely. These 2 mortars could be very useful to fire across this bush line. We've got the 2 space forward, not repaired yet. And these forces do fall back there. Off the power shoot trying to rain on in. May get splashed down the Stu. Hellcat finds some shots there on the Pioneer. Pioneer does fall back there. Forces starting advancing forward, trying to get some damage on in. We've got the 60mm mortar firing. And AT gun, since he did not reprep the shoes, he's just throwing away these shoes. Wait, where did all his munitions go for? Oh, he must use a lot of blitzkriegs now, didn't he? Hendrix do connect there. He could fire Panzerfaust as well. Stu's trying to run away from the Hellcat. Grenadier squad severely wounded. And there goes destroyed engine crit. Grenadier's not being upgraded for anything. Right now the Wehrmacht player is down to no munitions. In fact, has no munitions income. He's lost all field control. Beacon Panzer can now be deployed on the field. Off of power shoot raining on in. Just trying to keep the Hellcat alive. First round rolls a miss.
have only 50
Second
points
round
in
rolls a
reserve,
miss.
and even this is dropping.
Third round rolls a miss. Fourth round rolls a miss. Fifth round rolls a miss. Sixth round rolls a miss. Unless he will escape, well, stay alive, not necessarily escape. MP40 folks are seeing some fire there. Radio still trying to hunt down the Hellcat. The Hellcat could potentially finish off the stew.
Losing territory.
We have a Panzer IV deployed on the field.
You have only 25 points. You must turn to battle immediately.
And now we've got about one Hellcat there who needs to run away.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Volksgrenadiers are following him back. We got these Volksgrenadiers pushing forward, forcing back the Riflemen. Needs to recapture a lot of sectors.
One of
And
our
look, the
sectors
Wehrmacht
has
player is
been
actually
cut
almost
off.
out of tickets. And looks like he backs out of the game now. He threw away that game hard because he was such a dominating position through the entire game. He had half the map locked down quite handily. He threw away too many tanks. He used too much blitzkrieg to little effect. He did not use enough manpower blitz. He threw away the game hard. This Android saying, thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Got a couple 2v2s here. Let's do another 1v1, then we'll do a couple 2v2s. Now probably the end of the stream for today. Can't cast too long. I'm just pretty exhausted. That's what happens when we don't get much sleep each night. Greetings everyone, Andgrade here. Another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn spot top side as the US Forces, we have Andre Haas. Spawn south side as the Panzer Elite player, we have Devil Dog. You of course have the barracks being put on the field. He's going straight for the fuel point. We're not going to just see Panzer Grenadiers and more Panzer Grenadiers into additional Panzer Grenadiers. Nope. I was mistaken. It is Kenigrad into Panzer Grenadiers, into more Panzer Grenadiers, and then additional Panzer Grenadiers. Kennegrad is going to help him capture the map. This map can be quite large, so sending Kennegrad across multiple flanks capture them up while the Panzer Elite players, or the Panzer Grenadiers, push a certain sector themselves. A rifle or barracks being employed on the field, likely a rifleman. Yep, rifleman being employed on the field.
Combat engineers good to go.
Oh yeah, and this is the map that tends to cause lag spikes, but I'm not going to say anything else because it seems pretty smooth.
Join the army. Ready for it'll be fun, they say.
Kenigrad go around catching some sectors. Do you have... Nope, there's the lag spikes.
Ready for order.
Engineers go around capturing some sectors. Cutoff point being captured up by the riflemen. Engineers capture this munitions sector. And you got the Kenigrad captured this fuel point, and both the Kenigrads are relatively close to each other. So my assumption of them capturing the flanks is not panning out to be true. Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. We've got engineers here. They may try to push the engineers out of the capture sector, and does get the decapture there. How nasty. G43 is advancing on forward. Engineers are just trying to run away. Rifleman does get inside the garrison. There's only 2 windows on the side, so not exactly a great garrison to fight from. Now, do we have a Jeep here? Jeep and engineers are going to try and engage the G43 Panzer Grenadiers. Or at least just a Jeep. Jeep does see a bit of fire there. Kenigrad captured the munitions sector. As the Grenadiers push away forward.
Our base is under attack.
Got enemy troop movement.
Rifleman does inside the garrison right there. And now we have the Panzer Grenadiers sort of just soft retreating away. More Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. We got them trying to stick with some heavy cover there. Very nice. Jeep engaging the G43 squad at glorious close range combat. Over here, these Panzer Grenadiers are engaging from the heavy cover. Jeep trying to back away, and how nasty. Rifleman squad engaging from multiple sides. We got 3 windows firing on this squad over here. We got a couple windows firing on this side as well. There's only 1 window right there, and only 2 windows hitting these 3 Panzer or 2 Panzer Grenadiers. This G43 squad is still backing off. Engineers may try to recapture the sector once again, and now the additional rifleman squad and Jeep now trying to engage this Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers do get inside the garrison. There are 2 windows inside, and there's 2 models, so that's a good combination. We got this rifleman squad is firing from multiple windows, but it's going to receive fire from multiple directions. Now we've got 4 Panzer Grenadiers in this region, so that is a lot of Panzer Grenadiers here. Rifleman squad is trying to engage. Oh, incendiary grenades. Fast incendiary grenades have been researched by the Panzer Grenadiers. Usually we see that against Brits, not necessarily against the US. Or maybe why I saw him like winding up a throw was not incendiary grenades, but just him getting upgraded G43. So that may be my mistake there. Jeep getting repaired on up. These Panzer Grenadiers. All 4 Panzer Grenadiers still in the front line. Maybe I'm for forward HQ here. And we do not see a forward HQ right there. He does manage to set the structure there. Rifleman trying to recapture that cutoff point there. He needs that fuel. Over on the left side of the map, the engineer's doing some good job capturing. And the Jeep has seen a bit of fire there as well. Right now he's fighting against 5 Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Kaliningrads, no additional structures just yet. It does not appear Dodge is selected out for either player just yet. We've got 3 riflemen, 2 engineers on Jeep. Nothing being plotted by the barracks, nor upgrade. And Panzer Grenadiers, they're soft turning away. A couple of them are a little bit wounded. He may want to go for a healing HQ relatively soon. And I do have a squad of flame engineers. It is the one that's actually over here, which is still pretty high in health. Does see some bolt action rifle fire now. Does get some fire onto that Panzer Grenadier. Jeep does go down, and there was incendiary grenades. So that windup was a incendiary grenade being thrown, or that was still the G43 popping out on that squad. Either still a possibility.
Report we are losing a sector.
Panzer Grenadier is now going to be singed a little bit. That squad does not have a whole lot of health left. As they step forward, a lot of these Panzer Grenadiers are quite wounded. Decides to fall back to one of those squads.
Hostiles in the compound. Base is under attack. Supply lines.
Rifleman squads trying to be reinforced. There's going to be 3 rifleman squads here. He will have trouble with some. There's some good light cover right here. Go for forward triage center. Rifleman squads dropping some models there. Either want to fall back or push forward.
Supply lines are broken.
Because right now he's receiving a lot of pot shots, but looks like right now it's the barracks. Actually, Triage Center gets cancelled there, so he did not get a full refund. That was about down half health. A lot of Panzer Grenadiers right there.
Under attack.
Going for another Triage Center right there. He has 2 engineers, right? Yeah, both engineers are building it. He has 2 flame engineers as well. The barracks will not go down anytime soon with all of this fire. At this point in time, I just wish he could support Weapons Center and gets out a mortar, or has a mortar out in the field. Don't see grenades being researched. Rifleman squad now gaining at long range, getting healed up. Triage Center's radius right there. I'm not sure it's better to fight under heal or under light cover. But these squads are actually quite wounded. Kaliningrads going around, capture the map, place the map, and now here comes Flame Engineers space forward, and grenades thrown. Flame Engineers trying to. Oh! These guys getting burned alive. Oh! All Panzer Grenadiers are falling back. A couple of them are severely wounded. We may see some squad wipes. It's hard to tell sometimes. Drops a model there, but not a squad. It does break out there thanks to the Flame Engineers. Now these riflemen and engineers need to go around, capture some sectors. Maybe a good idea to go for some landmines, as well as kill off some casualties. He's right next to a casualty. I always forget in this game. Okay, casualties. Here's 2 casualties provide a pretty good radius of spotting, but in this case, there's not. Fuel point and Midget point being captured up. VP's not captured up. Right now, the US player does have a slight. No, the Panzer player has a slight VP lead, but slight in a minuscule sense. And I hear some hay on fire. That landmine could be very effective if his opponent advances forward, blobbing again. Kaliningrad captures some sectors. Though he does have 4 healing back home. Comp Group Company being put on field. He may be eyeing for a mortar half track relatively soon. Kaliningrad receiving some fire there. Okay, that's. I thought I heard artillery fire, but that's just rifleman fire off in the distance. Rifleman see a bit more damage there. And now you got a multiple people on the field. Ah, that's what I'm hearing. The tree's set ablaze. Must be very dry outside for that tree to be set ablaze. It's actually pretty hard to... Oh, he found a landmine. It's actually pretty hard to set fire to trees. You need a lot of heat to set fire to a tree that's still alive. Dead wood catches on fire quite easily, but living trees? Oh, they're pretty hard to set on fire. In fact, all the cracking and snapping sounds actually water in the bark designed to explode and expel fire off the bark. So trees do have natural defense in order to protect themselves from fire. So grenade was thrown there, not a good throw. He does fall back though. But he does have, of course, a casualty or the triage center there to get some healing. Sorry, I hear some noise. It is an aircraft outside.
We are losing
Probably
a
a
sector.
C7. Demolition charge or booby trap has been triggered, which means scorched earth. Played by Kettenkrad.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Flame engineers advancing on forward. D43 squads hit riflemen and not flame engineers, so that may be a misclick. One flame engineer squad does fall back, and city grenades have been thrown. Rifleman squad just may want to sit there, suppressed and firing, and not crawl in the fire. Does drop a couple of models there with the incendiary effect. And now it looks like we've got a Greyhound being employed on the field. Yes, it is. I was half tempted. Seeing how the Panzer Elite player is moving around, it may have been better to go for a support weapon center and go for a 60mm mortar at the current rate. Because honestly, his opponent's move style right now is vulnerable to 60mm mortars. You now have an infantry half track there. Oh, howdy. Thank you for the raid, Simply Co. of 32 people. Rifleman squad retreating away. We do have the Panzer Grenadiers laying down booby trap there, so it's not a Kettenkrad booby trap like the previous one. Greyhound being upgraded for armor skirts into 50 cal. It does get a shot onto this Kettenkrad and will be pursuing it. Does he have a Panzer truck load on up? Nope, just G43. Thank you for the follow, Duke Kirk.
We have regained the momentum on the field.
Panzer Grenadiers fighting the garrison now, but there's only one window here, so it's not really a great garrison to fire from. And my apologies to people who are raiding the stream. This map, I don't know why, with my new graphics card, does not like each other. Every other map works fine, just not this one. Incendiary trap deployed out by the Kettenkrad right there. Does get avoided there. Infantry half track now fully repaired. And another booby trap here. Ooh, gets a couple riflemen there. Rifleman squad does fall back right there. You got the infantry half track firing away. And these Panzer Grenadiers are pushing way forward. 3 are upgraded with G43s. Oh, he has 7 squad support on the field. Jeez. Most people just stick to the usual 5. Let me hear just a bit of fire there. And this Panzer squad does get inside the garrison. Greyhound is firing away. It is going to get shot on the Greyhound. There's a window on the side and perhaps an opening from the fire from as well. Rifleman squad received a bit of damage there. Flame Engineers advancing forward. Greyhound gained some shots. I think he may have hit his own Rifleman squad there. Greyhound's not fully healed at the moment. Incendiary grenade, I believe, connects him to the Flame Engineers garrison. And Panzer is firing from the garrison onto the Rifleman squad as they decapture that munitions point. The G43 squad's advancing forward. Howdy. And now the Greyhound's now receiving some repairs from the Flame Engineers on the front line. The Flame Engineers good pass from the garrison, but decides to fall back. Just too much fire in the region. Does mount up the Tank Crusher squad in the back of the half track. AT gun set on up, trying to find an angle on that infantry half track there. G43s gain some good damage from this rifle squad. And the Greyhound does got on control right there, going down to that Panzer squad. Does suppress down the Flame Engineer squad there. And we've got the AT gun just firing away against infantry. Looks like the infantry half track is falling back along the right. Rifleman squad and Flame Engineer advancing forward in the center. Triage center getting some much needed healing. Still need some reinforcement on these Rifleman squads as well. Infantry half track being repaired on up. And now we do have the Kettenkrad moving back down or moving over to the right. You have this mortar half-track being deployed out in the field.
Commander, sir.
Auto
Repair
repairs
are
are
done.
finished.
Rifleman squads advancing on forward with the Flame Engineer. And getting some good damage there onto these Panzer Grenadiers. We're now aboard for raining on
Research has
in.
granted us the ability to perform advanced repair.
Advanced repair is now available. Has the US player sucked the doctrine yet? Let's find out. He has not sucked the doctrine just yet. Right now, doesn't have a lot of munitions nor manpower. Bit of fuel reserve. Not sure what doctrines he should go for. Yeah, it's not looking too great. He doesn't have a whole lot of resources, having trouble with field control. He may need to go for armored in order to go for Pershings or for glide piece later on. He could eventually... His opponent's been blobbing quite a bit. He may be vulnerable to strafing run from airborne doctrine. No sniper on the field queue at the moment. These folks are now falling back. They're going to be walking through fire. Doesn't lose any models there, so the Triage Center can patch them up. Heal all those burns. A lot of squads here. AT gun just defensively. And now the mortar half-track's running a barrage down the Triage Center. He can skirt around the edge of it to get healed up.
Our front lines are collapsing.
And now there's a US sniper being deployed on field. He's going to spend a lot of his manpower on that. He may not have enough manpower to reinforce his squads. No, he does not. Scraping the bottom of the barrel right now for manpower. Kaliningrad does trying to destroy that push there. He could try scorching that point. He is scorched earth. Rifleman squad's now engaging, not fully reinforced, trying to get some good damage on these Panzer Grenadiers. More mortar hits there onto the barracks.
Sniper on deck. Get your kit forward.
This engineer does need some healing. This engineer could take time to repair up the barracks. Mortar half-track still poses a threat to those squads, however.
Squad reinforced. Taking fire.
Panzer Grenadiers advance up to light cover there. Sniper finds a shot, but I think he may be a little bit too close. It's in negative cover as well. Does overrun the front line there. Throws a grenade in a bad position. Got a Vet 2 Flamer Engineer right there. Very nice. And looks like the Panzer squad may get wiped out. Vet 2 Flamer Engineer does fall back. Does not get focused down there. Trying to hit these Panzer Grenadiers. Does satellite or damage the engine of the track track. Does get out there. Rifleman and Flame Engineers advance forward. Other Flame Engineers at Efficiency 1. And needs to fall back soon. Does fall back the Flame Engineer. Rifleman squad engaging at close range. He does fall back with the Rifleman as well. Sniper has right now 3 kills. Trying to siege down the board HQ there with the AT gun. Gets much needed healing. Mortar half-track, I think he's behind the barrage, or Cindery barrage the AT gun. It does get a direct hit there, the Cindery mortar onto the AT gun. But it's mostly just health of those models that get damaged. He can fall back to the Triage Center. Does get one of the models burned alive, the other one make it burned alive as well. Sniper Efficiency 1, Vet 2, Flame Engineer phase 4. Engineer Flame Engineers are getting pinned. He needs to fall back with both of them. This one's about to go down. Sniper receives some hits there. They may get that one Rifleman squad. Nope, does manage to escape on out there. Or incendiary grenades being thrown out by the Panzer Elite player. Let's see now. We do have sector artillery available, but he does not have enough munitions. He does have a large number of munitions income, however, 70 munitions per minute. Is much needed repairing. He's low in manpower himself, going for the Panzer Support Command. He may be eyeing for Panthers with the number of structures he has, but also the Panzer IV C, the short barrel Panzer IV, wouldn't be half bad in this situation. A lot of open ground for the fire, as well as negative cover to fire up on. Granted, there's still the AT gun that poses a threat. Flame Engineers advancing forward. G43 squads focusing fire. Both the Flame Engineer squads do fall back. Sniper gets another shot off. 6 kills at the moment. Right now, Calliope seems exceedingly
Our
good
support
to me.
command abilities have been upgraded.
Right now, he has 6 squads of Panzer Grenadiers alive. He did lose 1. He still has a Panzer squad and an unupgraded squad. He may keep that 1 squad unupgraded until he needs another Panzerschreck. Rifle squad advances forward. There's a booby trap here.
We are losing a sector.
And will he avoid it? Oh, nope, he loses the model. Petrograd Iron decapture the VP. Rifleman squads advance forward. Of course, there's a bit of heavy cover from that Greyhound carcass. I am still also partially not opposed to going for airborne. A quick strafing run here could make him instantly win this region. Because right now that is very, very bunched up, and now we do have strafing run as well as sector artillery does wipe out one of those squads, didn't he? Or maybe 2 of those squads. Sector artillery annihilates his own forces. He's down to 3 Panzer Grenadiers. Strafe run and then use his own sector artillery to blow up his forces. Now that's a 1-2 punch.
Leader command is now available to aid our worthy cause.
And that's the problem with sector artillery. It's good, but sometimes too good. Oh, and okay, he recruited the AT gun. I thought he just lost 3 models to the incendiary effect.
We are losing territory. The enemy has fallen to
A little bit
200
late
points.
response
We
there.
must be further eager.
He does avoid it, however.
Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our disposal.
Roadblocks are now available. He's starting to repair up the AT gun. It was quite damaged, the gun itself. And right now, he is pulling out. He's getting Panthers activated. Panther activation. Rifle squad received a bit of fire there. And right now, he is lacking Panzer Grenadier squad, so this area can be overrun by the Riflemen and Flame Engineers. We're not. Mortar half-track getting some good hits there. Yep, now the Fort HQ will be overrun. 2 Panzer Grenadiers is simply not enough to hold back all these Riflemen and Flame Engineers. You can take time to decapture a lot of these points. Right now, the US player is pretty low in tickets. The HQ is down half health, trying to hit it more with the AT gun. Ooh! When I say half health, I didn't realize that he's going to get a nice shot there, blowing out most of the panels and destroy the structures in an instant. By the way, that's what happened. Sector artillery is still raining on in. Or can rain on in, I should say. And the Flame Engineer may receive an artillery shot there, but should miss. Pretty badly. Though another sector artillery shot may rain in over here or here. Okay, sector artillery is now expired.
Objective fire.
And let's see his munitions at the moment. Not enough for sector artillery, getting pretty close, saving up his Panthers. And now the US player could split up his force to capture up a large number of sectors on the map. He really needs to eye those munitions sectors in order to get out more strafing support. The airborne strafing support and various air support is very powerful. Incendiary trap there from the Kettengrad. Rifleman will decapture this point there. He also does need to play heavily in the VP game. Sniper does get a good hit there onto the Panzer Grenadier squad. These Panzer Grenadiers are a little bit wounded as well, so the Rifleman squad can get some great damage. That is a relatively fresh Rifleman, 1 kill. And Incendiary Mortar does rain on in, but he does mostly avoid a booby trap.
Rifle squad, all eyes
May explode a little bit right there. He does avoid it. Level 1 production just got completed as well. Very nice. It looks like going to be eyeing for straight from man spam, as well as pull out AT guns, whether it be through the doctrine or through the motor pool. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back there. Mortar half track. Soft retreating as well. Can't exactly hard retreat with it. Booby trap. Okay, he does full retreat. Oh, he may get hit severely here. Okay, I thought the explosion was going to come over here, and plus the Incendiary's trap is actually burning the squad. But the Incendiary trap doesn't last too long, I guess. Panther advancing forward. I don't know if he has access to sticky bombs at the moment. He almost has enough munitions for a straight
Paratroop
run.
unit is ready to make their drop.
He may be eyeing for some recoilless rifles. He has 2 snipers on the field. 10 kills, 1 kill. He does, of course, spot the Panther. A Panther, so he's assuming there's going to be 2 Panthers on the field. Proctor receives a direct hit there from the Panther shot. Still looks repairable. And now the Flaming Engineer does fall back there. Got this rifleman squad advancing forward, finds another booby trap. And that one could have been much worse, actually.
57 crew, ready for orders.
Fresh M1 AT gun now deployed on the field. He currently has 2 of them out on the field.
Listen up, people.
And as soon as he has enough munitions for a strafing support, it's probably not going to be used. It's supposed to be used on these Panther Grenadiers. We're all partially negative cover there, all in a straight line. Does use suppressive fire ability there. He really wants that rifleman squad dead. Airborne being called on in. He is plugging an eye for some repulse rifles. AT guns set on up. Preparing for 1 of the AT guns as well. Rifleman squad received another hit.
Our base is under attack.
Roll some misses there of the AT guns. He does get a bounce there as well. Rifleman squad advancing along the flank. That's Grenadier. Capture up the VP. Booby trap over here. Oh, and that was not a good response.
Waiting your orders.
He's a cap. No, he needs a full retreat once he sees those. Oh,
Rifleman.
he's receiving a lot of explosions there. Wow, those explosions going on for a long time, aren't they? This rifle squad's gonna get wiped out. STG squad in the retreat path. Or STG, I should say.
Infantry squad reporting casualties.
Engineers under fire.
Flaming Engineers trying to capture up the central VP. Snipers still roaming around. AT guns pushed on forward. Kettengrad along the flank. 2 mortar half-tracks spawn in the field. He may be really trying to hit those AT guns there. Does get some recoilless rifles. Let's see now. Doesn't have enough munitions for a strafing run. Not enough munitions for a sector artillery at the moment. And right now the mortars for the mortar half-tracks are raining on in.
Kampfgruppe Leer is now able to employ scorched earth territory to eradicate the disease that is our enemy.
A rifleman captured the munitions sector there. Oh, this Panther received quite a bit of damage from those AT guns now, didn't it? AT gun rolls a bounce on the Panther. There may be some potential rear armor shots based on its angle. Flamer just advancing forward. Let's get a good shot there onto that Flamer Engineer. Another booby trap there. Recoilless rifles making their way forward. AT guns are moving forward. Snipers camouflage back there as well. They have a breach there. Flaming Engineers going to exploit it and try to torch a mortar half-track. Recoilless rifles seeing some good hits there. And it does fall back both its forces, just receiving a bit too much fire there. It does pull out additional Panzer Grenadier. Not a tank buster squad. Not tank busters, heavy assault Panzer Grenadiers. And we've got some more airborne being deployed on the field.
Ready for battle.
Single rifleman push way forward. There may be a booby trap there. Nope, no booby trap there at the moment.
Airborne, welcome to France. Sir, airborne.
Barracks now getting repaired on up. Snipers advancing on forward. And we got the Panzer Grenadiers also advancing forward as well. And this rifle squad could be wiped out. He's not opposed to using suppressive fire upon the retreat. Yep, there it is. And now he may lose his rifle squad. And rifle squad goes
Casualties being
down.
reported.
AT gun shots there onto the Panthers. Mortar half-tracks running on in. AT guns getting some more shots there. Flaming Engineer gets forced back by the mortar half-tracks. Panzer Grenadiers advance forward. There's a senior mortar in front of the AT gun, so it's not getting singed. And the Panzer Grenadiers may get singed a little bit as they start advance forward. Sniper finds some shots there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Recoilless rifles looks like got a good hit there. AT gun does get the crew. Recoilless rifles could try to get reinforced, but they're pretty low on members. And looks like the more senior mortars on top of those snipers. Look, I'm not going to see any sector artillery anytime soon. And these forces need to fall back. Flamers do fall back there. We may see some grenades from these airborne troops. Reinforcement drop on in. Does wipe out an STG squad there with a nice shot from a sniper. Incendiary grenade does hit these recoilless rifles. The 3 models right here. Airborne squads do fall back now. I think one guy is still dropping on in. 2 of them. Flaming Engineers advancing on forward. Panthers still have plenty of health. I hear AT gun shots hitting this Panther. Panther's almost gone down. And AT gun rolls a miss there. Flamethrower cannot penetrate the rear armor of a Panther. AT gun fires a shot on the Panzer Grenadiers and rolls a miss. Now I got the mortars right in the barrage. The AT gun. AT gun's trying to run away. Probably is pretty wounded. Maybe just want to fall back to the triage center to get healed up.
Airborne, welcome to France.
And Grad moving around the flank. And he's pretty far from munitions rolling out any more strafing support abilities. Though he does have a bit of command points stored up.
Paratroopers on point.
As to push way forward, he has researched advanced repairs, so this Panther can be repaired up in no time.
Hold the initiative. At this rate, we'll be taking Berlin by Christmas.
Airborne, ready for duty. Airborne, taking fire. In the fight.
Reclaiming this AT gun there, but that man dropping the sky will slow them down a little bit. Flamers advance sent forward. Panther's been researched with not defense.
Airborne is in the field.
I wonder if that's a misclick or that was intentional against fighting against infantry. Good number of STG squads advancing on forward. Flame shooters need to fall back. Other flame shooter squad needs to fall back as well. They're nice and embedded there. Incendiary grenade was thrown inside the garrison. Repulsor rifles firing away. Got more of these airborne squads advancing forward. They could throw some grenades over the house in order to try to get some hits there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Repulsor rifles now trying to pursue the other Panther. Not enough munitions for strafing support. This sounds like a really good time for a strafing support, honestly. Panther falls back a little bit, and these mortar half-tracks could go down. They're a bit easier to take down than, say, Panthers, and it does not get any shots off on them. They're playing a bit too close to the house for them to get a clear line of sight with both of them, with both of the recoilless rifles. More half-tracks firing away. Gets a great hit there on that airborne squad. AT gun, however, set up over here. It looks like it's out of range. It's pretty far away. More shots onto these airborne units. And now they got fired up there. That one guy is also wounded. Recoilless rifles are not falling on back. Flame Engineers advancing on forward with 2 sniper support. Of course, none of that can pen a Panther. Though that AT gun can. Looks like he's maybe trying to hit the mortar half-track. Well, the mortar half-track is very wounded. Splitting his fire. He needs to focus fire on the wounded one. He's going to receive some mortar hits relatively soon. Gets a hit there, but not a death crit.
What are my coordinates?
And he may have got a kill there. No, he did not. And the mortar half-track does take out, or the Panther does take out the AT gun. And the gun itself will get destroyed very shortly. Right now, the VPs, there's 2 captured in favor of the US player. Even though he has less VPs at the moment, the game will go on.
AT drop is asking for coordinates.
You may need to get out some more supply drops there. Does destroy the carcass of the Greyhound. AT gun falling back, needs some much needed healing.
Airborne, welcome to France. Repairs complete, sir.
Mortar half-tracks stick behind this house once again. They are fully repaired now. One has 2 kills, the other one has 26 kills. AT gun finds a shot there on the Panther.
Airborne, ready for duty.
Rolls a bounce there.
We're losing
The
ground
Panther
out
getting
there.
much needed repairs. Here are snipers hitting this G43 squad. Stops the decapture there. So if the US player holds the game how it is, he will win. Of course, he's not in a good position to hold. And the Pacific player can't exactly let him hold. Credits there onto the Panther. Seeing quite a bit of damage there. AT gun finds some bounces as well. Let's get that Garrison there. Getting some good damage on the mortar half track. No more on Steam. I'm not sure. You must be referring to a different game. Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward, trying to get some hits there. Straight for support. Hits one of the Panzer Grenadiers quite
Enemy
good.
unit down.
And does go ahead and get a good kill. 3 Panzer Grenadiers remain. Takes out mortar half track as well. The mortar half track could be focused down. He needs to try to crush these or airborne squads. Panther may go down as well.
The enemy is attacking a petrol depot.
And he's going for some crush there. It's very good. And force back the repulsor rifles for saving his Panther, as well as the mortar half track. Now they're going to need some time to get repaired on up. He has 3 squads, but only 3 squads. He does have enough population room now for a Panther battle group, but just needs a lot more manpower for it. He has enough munitions for a sector artillery as well.
Hummel, self-propelled artillery pieces can now be commissioned for our troops.
Fresh Hummel is now available. Now we've got the Panther repaired. Oh, friends list, I guess. Oh, I'm going to stay out of that discussion.
Commander, sir. This is Panzer.
Panther getting repaired. Force Rifles Fates 4 does have Veteran C1 on one of them. Panther is almost fully repaired. Motor half track is prepared. He does get 4-man squads that will help him a bit more resilient to those snipers. Booby trap has been triggered and does blow up nice and safe away. D43 Space 4 does use sector artillery in this sector. Does get a miss there, falls back immediately. That may have been a bit of a bad sector artillery. Also, I guess he was really trying to get lucky for a good hit there on a little bit of a blob formation. See the grenade thrown onto the Flame Engineers. The Flame Engineers now Veteran C2. Gains some good damage onto the Panzer Grenadier. Panzer Grenadier will need to fall back relatively soon. We've got the Panthers moving around. That's what they always say. Flame Engineers trying to capture those munitions sectors. Panthers trying to say no. And seeing as that both of them going for attack, Veteran C, that must have been definitely been purposeful.
Hummel, self-propelled howitzers are available to take the field. Victory reserves.
He has brought up Hummel there.
Men standing by.
Sniper firing away, does disable the point there. Sniper is still playing up, both in Veteran C3. Force Rifles advancing on forward. I think he deployed out something else from the air. One AT gun. But it's there, does take out one of the Panthers as well. Very, very nice. So that should get some efficiency on these Repulsor Rifles. You may want to use fired up to pursue this other Panther. I've got efficiency 2 Panther, and it's going to take time to destroy the carcass. Very nice. He does not want a Bergantiga. Since it's hard for him to maintain some field control, making sure the Bergantiga is not reclaiming carcasses, that's probably a good idea. STG squad advancing forward. Of course, a 4-man STG squad is very powerful. Good hit there. And now do have enough munitions for a bombing run of this choosing. For this one, wounded Repulsor squad may want to fall back, but does manage to stay alive in the STG squad. Hummel sending on up. Got a booby trap there. Does get avoided. Good hit shots there onto the mortar half track. Airborne squads moving around. We've got the Hummel behind the line of sight blocker. Very nice. He could try force from the ground. He may get lucky with that. Flak Gurgles do fire all around him. Bombing run does come forward. Gets almost blew up his own squads there, but does get a good hit there onto the Hummel there. Rear armor damage hit there. Does use fired up to avoid the suppressive fire there. Flak Gurgles going to get some great damage there, and there goes Hummel. Needs to fall back and does fall back. It may, however, lose a squad there. Now both these airborne squads are Efficiency 2. Very nice. Sister VP is still scorched.
What say we lock it down? Move up, I'll cover you.
Ready.
And it looks like only one of the snipers is Efficiency 2 at the moment. The other one's pretty close as well, right? One's at 17 kills, one's at 11. Let's get a couple shots there. And Flamer Squad does fall back, does use suppressive fire there. He really wants that Flamer snipe, Flamer Engineer dead. But the snipers, I think, did enough damage to save his buddy. AT gun does roll a bounce there onto the Panther. Yeah, not a single 222 was deployed on the field. He did have 7 Panzer Grenadiers deployed at one time, and it was a pretty nasty fight around this forward HQ there, so he didn't really have the manpower for it. That's one of the problems as well. If you go for too many squads of infantry, you're not going to have the manpower to deploy out any other fun assets.
Airborne, ready for duty.
I suppose recourse rifles would be effective versus armored cars, though. But it would be a good idea to rush down those snipers, that's for sure.
Ready to roll out.
AT guns do get some good hits there on the Panthers. Ah, damn lag spikes. I hate this map for that reason. Only this map that does this. Panther does see some fire there. This point is while scorched and booby trapped. Moving ACs barely get hit by those. I'm not exactly sure how the interactions work with them, honestly. I'm assuming that, I guess, moving reduces the receive accuracy, or does it just have the projectile acts based on scatter? Airborne squads receive a bit of damage there. Flame Rangers do fall back. And Panther does receive a bit of repairs. True, I know armored cars, they are good against dropping units, that's for sure. So he has to deploy in some supplies. There's a 30 cal and mortar he can pick up. Neither of them is going to be really useful in this situation. There's the mortar half track around and Hummel. Hummels, potentially. Right now, the Panzer player does have a small reserve of missions, small reserve of manpower. That's about it. And right now, the airborne player is pulling out some more supplies. That should get enough for another bombing run if he so chooses.
Airborne ready. Hellcat, report.
You guys get a good couple hits there. The rest of the models will be firing over here. Flame Shooters main support. Senior grenade was thrown. Airborne squad has seen quite a bit of damage right there. Flame Shooters does fall back. Now it's maybe a good time for a strafing support. Falls back to the airborne squad.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, and something went down there. Oh, just a Kevin nothing too significant. Best use Burgundy to get it recovered. Expeditions push forward, trying to overrun the M1 AT gun. And there's a strafing run there. It was not a good strafing run, but they all fall back. AT gun does get decarrowed.
Airborne on me.
Repulsed rifles try and pursue this Panther, so he won't be able to destroy the gun. Let's get a one rear arm hit there, one bounce. Maybe we'll find a couple more hits. And then maybe fired up could potentially get him a kill. And looks like he does not get another pair of shots off.
Airborne, welcome to France.
I'll take a look at that. There's a lot of stats and interactions I don't know in this game.
People.
Panther, quite damaged. We do have these Panzer Grenadiers trying to repair up the Panther.
Sniper ready for that.
What?
Do see a Hellcat now deployed on the build queue there. Very nice. Time to really hunt down the Panther, as well as potentially the mortar half-track and Hummel. He does not have enough munitions for a bombing run, so maybe a combination of the bombing run and the Hellcat could be very deadly.
Airborne rifles ready.
Our front lines are
This
collapsing.
VP has still not been repaired on up. Booby trap has been triggered.
Fuck it up, engineers. Paratroopers on point.
And you go ahead. Oh, it was a Kettlegrad booby trap there. I knew it seemed like a was a bit late for an explosion.
Airborne squad ready to go.
Grenadiers trying to capture this fuel sector now.
Paratroopers on point.
Ghost Rifles do get some good hits there. More mortars running on in, including incendiary mortars. Ghost Rifles maybe will get some good shots there on the Hummel. Not enough munitions for a bomb run, but he's pretty close. Just needs about 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds worth of munitions. Running down the mortar half-track's probably a better idea since it's a little bit lower health. Black Irving fires a volley there on the airborne squad. Does fire some hits there on the support, Panzer support command. Personally, I think people rely on Panthers too much. Sure, they're durable, but go for some more fun stuff like Panzer IV Cs if you really want to put holes in infantry. There's a strafing run there. That was not a good strafing run. I guess you really want to make sure you didn't use the suppressive fire and slow him down. Boot trap has been triggered, and now it starts to raging right there, smoldering away.
Hellcat reporting.
Hellcat now deployed on the field. Now if you've got the STG squad being forced out by the repulsed rifles. Yep, I believe so. So didn't use the suppressive fire ability there. It did do the trick. It just seems like I just wish I'd see more bomber runs. Go for the fun stuff. That's probably one reason why I don't do well some of these games. Try to go for fun rather than what's best. That's why I usually play off meta in Company Heroes 2. Sometimes I will go entire games without pulling out Grenadiers. Just go Flamer Pioneers. Mortar half track push away forward. You got a supply drop being dropped on in. I'll say it's not. I don't really fault tryhards for being tryhards. After all, game's also meant to be won. But if you go off meta, your opponent may not know what to do. Yeah, bomb runs are expensive, but they hit. They do a lot of damage. They also, I think if you combine it with, say, a sticky bomb from a rifleman, is where they probably do shine best. You hit a Panther with a sticky bomb there, slow it down, then it should make it easier enough to throw a bomb run onto a Panther. Of course, that involves more munitions to use a munitions ability. AT gun does roll a bounce there onto the Panther. Flame Engineers and repulsed rifles now engaging. Rolls and missed the other repulsed rifle.
Weapon crew lost.
Does lose that AT gun there. Flame Engineer does get wiped out there. And the STG squad does fall back there. Panther still has plenty of health to play around with. AT gun does, or Hellcat rolls a bounce there. Hellcat shooting forward. We do have now these multiple Panthers here. Does lose the Hellcat. Has enough for a bombing run. Maybe a well-placed bomb run could be very useful against these Panthers. Almost falling back. Another Hellcat destroyed. He's getting tied up in the mortar half track a little bit too much. Too bad. Not really properly microing these guys. Panther's almost down. Hellcat goes out of control. Fires a shot on something. I think one reason why bomb run can be very useful is if you go for a recon run and hit something in the back line, such as right about now, hit, say, repairing squads as well if your opponent's not paying attention. And let's push way forward. We've got artillery running on in. And the barracks now receiving a bit of damage there. More airborne squads being deployed on in. Going for a third airborne squad. As Grenadiers repairing up this damaged Panther. At this point in time, I wonder, does he have supply yard level 2 at the moment? He does have supply yard level 2. See the barrels. I think it was 3 bombs that dropped, isn't it? Airborne squads push way forward. There's a bit of fire from these Panthers.
Who dares wins!
Get some good hits there onto the Panthers.
Airborne ready for the fight!
Airborne squads slowly being picked apart by these Panthers, but they gain some damage in return. Flamingers advancing forward as well. He has enough for the bombing run, as well as always calling recon. Oh, here comes the bombing run. Right here. Has he responded quick enough? Oh, where did the bombing run go? Where did the bombing run go? Did the aircraft get shot down by the base, by the base of Garbelins or Black Irvings?
Listen up!
Airborne squads pushing forward, trying to get some damage on in. Does use fired up now.
Stand up, Airborne! Rally on me!
And over on the Hummel.
What do you need? Help us? Help, what do you need?
And now the airborne squad's in the middle of all of these STGs. Those are G43 squads. Trying to hit some of these forces. Hummel's almost down. And now we've got the airborne. This one's very wounded. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back there. Panthers still firing away.
Taking fire! Ready!
Trying to focus on this Panther. Doesn't get any shots off. Not enough munitions pulling strafing support to hit these Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers, of course, have forward healing and forward reinforcements right there. Airborne squad here, trying to advance forward, does get a hit there on the Hummel, taking it out.
Enemy unit.
In a Vet 3 airborne squad now. Yeah.
Paratroopers here!
Nope, that airborne squad's still alive. Got a man dropping on in. Maybe I'll take out the Panther right there.
Airborne has hit the
And nope, falls back. Does escape out that squad. And that's one reason why in Cup Heroes 2, the maze of the base flax don't actually shoot down aircraft, the initial spawning ones, because these should not be shooting down aircraft like that. Flamingers do receive a shot there and falls back.
Airborne here.
He has much enough missions now for a strafing run. Central VP is still scorched.
Listen up, Paras. Paratroopers on point.
We got some more mortars running on in. Dude, both these snipers are Vet 3, but of course there's only 2 Panzer Grenadiers for them to hit, so they're a bit hard to use at this moment. Simply just not enough targets for them. Panthers advance forward. We've also got a Panther advance on forward. Right now, the US players down to minimal manpower, some munitions, enough for strafing support relatively soon. And the Panzer player has now a decent manpower reserve. He still has 3 Panzer Grenadiers. Airborne squad is now eyeing for a flank, and will find some good hits there onto the more half track. Oh, sector artillery rains on in, immediately hits the retreat back button. Did not want to lose any of these squads. He could have fired up forward and pursued the mortar half track, but sometimes better safe than sorry. Bears see a bit of fire there, doing a good job of stalling out the Panther. I love seeing all these scattered support weapons. Losing Triage Center is going to be a bit of a problem. He needs that healing, that's for sure.
Munitions point under attack.
And there goes the Triage Center. Does fire a volley there. Gunner killed. Minor issue there. It's more his health is more the problem, or lack of health. And now we've got a bomb run being called on in somewhere. He gets a good hit there. Two of these Panthers are severely wounded. And now I've got the Hellcat charging forward. Airborne squads, at least 2 of them on the front line. Not sure where the third one's at. Third one's back at base. Hellcat now pursuing these forces. These 3 Panthers can be all picked off by this Hellcat. Destroyed into crit there.
Help us. Help you.
And out of control there
Casualties being reported.
by a Hummel, I believe.
Enemy.
Damn this map. I hate those lag spikes. Panthers falling back. Airborne squads advancing on forward. Both these Panthers are severely wounded. Airborne squads fired up, trying to run down these Panthers. Got the two STG squads here. I think one, but they're not fresh. Does take out another Panther right there. There's even one Panther remaining. Crushes the Hummel carcass there, so can't use Burgundy to recover it. Can use some Burgundy to recover that Panther. But it's probably best not to go for Panthers against the airborne squads. Snipers getting some good shots there on the Panzer Grenadiers. He may have forgot that they were still alive because it's been a while since they fired a shot.
We have lost a unit.
And there goes the Panzer Grenadier as well. Big loss for the Panzer Elite player. Now he's out of G43 squad, so can't use suppressive fire anymore. Booby trap is triggered. Gotta make sure don't advance too far forward, so might blow up your own guys. When you say this guy's a famous cheater, are you referring to the US player or the Panzer Elite player? Sorry, a little bit out of the loop.
Go ahead.
The PE? Okay. I didn't see any. Oh. Good hit there. I mean, if he was going for. Ouch. To be honest, that is a reasonable spot, the barrage. When your opponent's retreating back, that's a good time to use a Hummel barrage. But I haven't seen anything that will scream out map hacks to me. He has reported Trios Center is important. That Hummel got some great barrage there. 11 kills, I think, with that barrage. Sniper's still sitting around right there. And he is saving up his manpower. He's going for another set of Panthers, I guess. Panthers not being deployed on the field. Damn these lag spikes. I hate this map. Snipers advancing on forward, trying to escort these Revolver's rifles to the Panthers. SCG's pushing way forward. I don't. None of these plays are fresh stag. Panthers push way forward. We need some damage here. Booby trap has been triggered. It may get exploded. Revolver's rifles getting some great hits on the Hummels. The Hummel should be not sitting pushed forward all too much.
Other battle groups are ready for requisition.
Finds another volley there, damage and crit. How much munitions to another bombing run? Far. He can get strafing support if he needs to hit those Panzer Grenadiers, wherever they may be at the moment. Trying to go for some crush there, at least dancing him around. Right there, one airborne squad to fall back. Another Hummel down. He has to take time. Yeah, he's going to focus down that mortar squad. Decides to fall back with both of his remaining airborne squads. Right now, they're Vet 2, Vet 3, Vet unvetted. Okay, so okay, that's still an alias. Got it. I don't really know many Smurf accounts because there's many games I cast, so I just sort of not follow Smurf accounts. You know how now the Flame Engineers advancing on forward?
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
And now we do have those Flame Engineers falling back with the SCG squad's airborne squad goes down there. Or that's not an airborne squad. Or maybe it was just a lot of those left behind because he was dropping on in.
Back at full fighting strength.
Airborne here.
Airborne squad's pushing way forward. Pretty close for another bombing run. The VPs have not changed for quite some time because this point's still being scorched. US players, snipers advancing forward. And those snipers picking off the Panzer Grenadiers will be very, very good, which I think he just did. Yeah, he's down on one Panzer Grenadier. If he wipes out all the Panzer Grenadiers, these Panthers are basically dead in the water. He needs more Panzer Grenadiers to pull it on out to get repairs. He has been missions to play around with, so he can pull in some sector artillery or upgrades.
Fall in with that troop.
Now I'm making another breach right there. Is that another airborne squad? Supplies. He's deployed them right next to the airborne squad so I can quickly pick them up. There's the fuel, there's the munitions. You don't really care about the fuel, just go for the munitions. Leave the fuel there. See if it tempts his opponent to do something stupid. At this point in time, you're not going to be spending fuel anytime soon. As the player has 1,000, 800 for the US player. Leave the fuel, see what happens. Who knows, something stupid may come about of it.
Sniper ready for battle.
Airborne squads advance forward. Panthers engaging the airborne squad, trying to whittle them down. Snipers escorting the airborne squad. Does get a shot off one of the Panzer Grenadiers. Got the Flamingers kept with the flank. He also should just go straight for the VP. Though the mission sector is very understandable though. Why is the reason? Oh, sector artillery is not ready in. Does immediately fall back. Very nice. The reason why I say immediately go for the VP is because the VP is not moving anytime soon. So maybe I for the VP to make them move. At this current rate, it's either who's going back out of the game first or lose their entire army first. Flamingers do fall back. We do got a fresh AT gun. Very nice. If I maybe I was I was going to say a stupid pun. A fresh egg AT gun. Ah, that's stupid. We do not have the damn these lag spikes. The lag's bad is about as good as my jokes. Fired up has been completed. We got the Panther shot being lobbed and then flying off the distance. Fired up, or the exhaustion from fired up has worn off. Panther starting to advance on forward. Now we've got the AT gun advancing forward as well. Good hits there onto the Panther with the repulse rifle, but there's 2 STGs, but it's Vet 3 squad and the snipers here for support. This Vet 3 STG squad may go down. Nope, he's hitting the other STG squad, forcing them back. And with only 2 members remaining, he can't stick around those snipers, so that keeps them back, allowing the airborne squads to advance on forward. Maybe eyeing for a hit onto this AT gun. Got another fresh STG squad. And more sector artillery is still running on in, so he does need to fall back. Does drop a repulse rifle there. That's actually a bit of a problem. He may want to get that picked up as soon as he can. He has a lot of munitions here. He may be, and snipers advancing forward. He may be eyeing for a bombing run. Oh no. There's a 2-man squad here. Here comes a bombing run. He does respond to it in time. And takes out a Panther. And severely damages the other. He's actually has almost enough munitions as well for a strafing run. If he advances forwards as snipers once again, he maybe will get a strafing run while they're repairing. They're going to be spending a lot of time repairing because these Panthers are quite wounded. This one may want to fire it up. This one does have both close rifles. Fire shot there. May going to destroy the crit there. Firing some shots there. Oop, sector artillery is still raining on in. That's still a bit of a problem, but it's going to break the fire. Strafing run does come forward. Wipes out one of the Panzer Grenadiers. One of the heavy assault Panzer Grenadiers. Heavy assault Panzer Grenadiers. I always forget the exact name. Assault Grenadier Heavy Infantry. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Panther's crushing the rest of those carcasses there. Well, not carcass, trees. Does destroy, take time to destroy the carcass there. Very nice. And sector artillery is still raining on in. Down to 2 models. It does fully withdraw from the region now. And the spread out parts. Oh, we got 223 there, or 221. Not necessarily 222. But can capture up sectors.
Airborne, welcome to France.
I think you meant 250. Yep. Especially when compared to a lot of other abilities in this game. I mean, sector artillery is 200 munitions, and that is very powerful. Even register artillery is cheap and powerful. 20-centimeter rocket barrage is probably more powerful. Booby trap's free and it's more killing more powerful.
Airborne, welcome to France.
Get some good hits there onto the Panther. And the airborne squad does fall back. Here's the thing as well, I keep on trying to compare the bombing run to, say, other Company Heroes 2 abilities since more familiar with Company Heroes 2. And in Company Heroes 2, this ability balanced. I guess in Company Heroes 1, it's not balanced. Far too expensive. The Coast Rifle still dropped there. Of course, the Flame Engineers can't pick it up. Which one of these guys dropped it? Nope, that one has two. And I believe it may be this one that... No, that one has it, so it's the other third squad that still hasn't picked up that... Who needs to pick up that Repulse Rifle. Flame Engineers do fall back. Sniper can't pick up the Repulse Rifle.
Sniper ready for battle.
Snipers are split around. I think the 2-2-1 maybe... I'm not sure where the 2-2-1's going. It's just trying to cap up sectors, ain't it?
Rifles ready, airborne.
We're losing a fuel sector.
Getting up bounce there on the Panther, double bounce there on the Repulse Rifle, third bounce on the Repulse Rifle. He does have 215 munitions, pretty close to another bombing run. Snipers do get some hits down the Panzer Grenadiers. You know, kill there on these squads. We got an unupgraded squad there. Incendiary Mortar does run on in. There's a little bit of fire there. And now both these airborne squads are falling back. Snipers still camouflaged in the region. Since they're Vet 3, they can move around quite quickly. He's not going to get one. If he's not gotten one now, he's not going to get one.
Casualties being reported.
And does get a hit there with the Humo on top of the snipers. The sniper could stay around, keep camouflage, and use it for spotting for his off maps. And now the 223 is going down. I'm not sure why people are even concerned about capturing the fuel sectors at this point in time. Sure, it can increase some pop cap, right? But they definitely don't need fuel. Just skip the fuel, go straight for other points. Like this one. Oops. Like this one. AT gun set on up. May find a good rear armor hit there on this Panther. Does not find a good rear armor hit on that Panther. And looks like the Panzer Grenadier picked up himself a Repulse Rifle. Flame Engineers do fall back there and will get wiped out. They have a loss there because Flame Engineers are still decent versus Panzer Grenadiers, though they're fighting against STGs, which tend to rip them apart. Repulse Rifles advance forward, may find a volley of 3 or 4 there.
We are losing ground.
Both those do have 2 each. And has fallen back. Still upgraded the attack Veteran C. And the airborne player does have enough munitions for a bombing run, or 2 strafing runs. His choice. Humo does get a good shot there on the AT gun. AT gun flying up a shot there. Does roll a miss. Repulse Rifles will roll to miss as well. Repulse Rifles do get inside the garrison. AT gun did get decrewed there. Sniper may aim for a shot there. We could see a frag grenade on these Panzer Grenadiers. Does fall back there. Sniper trying to be overran. Got a fresh sniper pull on the field as well. And the US player get OP munition sector. I do not see any OPs on any of the munition sectors. He's been heavy maintaining fuel. Bomb run did not do all that great. Fired a little bit wide on that Panther. A little bit uphill. That may have threw off some of the targeting there. But I don't see any AOPs deployed on the field. He's been having trouble maintaining field control, honestly, so it makes sense why he didn't go for one early on, but could go for one now. You're witnessing a game that's gone on for so far for 1 hour 6 minutes. The Chorus Rifles engaging our Chorus Rifle. The Chorus Rifle does fall back there. Repulse Rifle are now engaging the Panther. And now we've got these Repulse Rifles may find some side or rear. finds the kids there, damages and crits there, and destroyed more than half track. This is the airborne squad who only has one repulse rifle. It's a shame they lost that on that 3-1. Airborne squads on advance on forward. We've got more airborne squads advancing along the right side along with the snipers. You may want to use that single repulse rifle squad and just start hitting the VP. Its rifle, Vet 3 should be decent versus Panzer Grenadiers. SCG's now pursuing their airborne squads. They need to fall back relatively soon. He does have 170 munitions, so it is enough for a strafing run. Humo eyeing for a close range barrage on this airborne squad. That's a weird spot to fire. I don't think a sniper's fired recently. I don't think the snipers fired recently in that fight. Seems legit. They did fire. Okay. Because it was camouflage, I assume that it hadn't fired that engagement, so I didn't think he would know it was there. Oh, it was I'm horrible at reading sarcasm. Make sure you use sarcastic spelling where you lowercase and uppercase every other letter. Panther advancing on forward, maybe trying to find a shot there. Does get a good hit there on the Panther. Single repulse rifle advancing on forward. On run raining on in. Gets good hits on the Panther, and I think it was aiming for the Pummel. Kettengrad now pursuing that sniper.
Our forces are taking casualties.
And there goes the sniper.
Check your ammo. Airborne.
Yeah, I'm not very good at reading sarcasm. Mobile barrage raining on in. Rolls a miss. Repulse rifles advancing on forward. We got these repulse rifles getting some good hits there on the Kettengrad. And there goes the Kettengrad. Best use of Bergen to get it covered. SCG squads advance on forward. Of course, the repulse rifle squad there may need to fall back or just try to hold the line for his buddy. May want to go for a frag grenade. Nope, he does fall back nice and early. Sniper advancing on forward as well. The one with the main gun destroyed is right here. He has 150 munitions, enough for a strafing run there. Fires a shot there onto the Pummel with the sniper, showing who's boss.
Losing ground out there.
And now we've got sector artillery raining on in as well. Let's get some hits there. There's some really wounded Panthers here. He's pushing forward, trying to get out of sector artillery. He may be in sector artillery range. Let's take out Panther there. Strafing run does get a good hit there, suppressing the Panzer Grenadiers. Freshstag is the US player, according to the other viewers. It looks like the restream told me I got 100 messages so far this game. Doesn't happen all too often.
AT ready.
AT gun may get splashed a little bit by the sector artillery if he gets spotted.
Paratroopers on point.
Panther has somehow 62 infantry kills.
Observation posts report we are losing the sector.
No solo miss there on the airborne squad. Wait, why would he barrage right? Yeah, that's likely a map hack. There's no reason why he would barrage right there. Back doesn't get shot by sector artillery. I thought they do get shot by sector artillery since the infantry models and everything in general. Why would you scorch a fuel point? Nobody really cares about this fuel point. They have plenty of fuel. Thank you for the follow, MWOMA, all capital letters. Booby trap does detonate there.
Sniper ready for battle.
Panthers push way forward. We got the course of coolest rifles there. I'm having fun how I'm doing right now. SCG squads advancing forward, trying to hit these airborne forces. Sniper does get spotted there for a brief moment. At the other recoilless rifles advancing forward, trying to get some hits there onto the Panther. Sniper backing on off. We got some shots there, and got a direct hit there on the with the Hummel onto the AT gun there. SCG squad advancing on forward. And the SCG squad's getting quite a hard hit. He needs to fall back. He may actually still lose a squad. Airborne squad advance forward. At this point, does get the capture. So now the VPs are finally moving. Rifles advance forward, trying to hunt down this Panther. Flak Irving still alive, so potentially could get some hits on these airborne squads. Hey, look! Do. Get some hits there onto the Panther. And now the airborne squads do fall back. Bomber run running on in. This is very congested, so it could do a lot of damage. Nope. Didn't do it at a good angle. Should have followed the pathing of the buildings. Either go this way or this way. Not this way. Armor car advancing on forward, trying to hunt down the snipers. And now I do have a pair of Hellcats on field because he's pulling them out because probably the 222. Though the Panther and everything else was quite wounded, so now's a good time for it to even engage the Panther as well.
Losing ground out there.
Wallace Rifle capture the munitions sector. To advancing forward, may receive some Wallace Rifle hits there. Rolls a miss. Want to see the Peasant League player's resources? Currently, right now, he has nearly 500 manpower, small munitions, and enough fuel for the rest of for multiple games. I tend to sort of float around keeping airborne players selected just to see, since they have more volatile abilities, of seeing what you can or can't call in. Panzer Grenadier with Pulse Rifle is seeing quite a bit of damage right there. We do backing on off. We do have, of course, a Hummel barrage right there. We got a booby trap on this field sector. Airborne squad does avoid the barrages there, and it looks like he may have 2 Hummels. Yeah, he does have 2 Hummels on the field. Finish the sector being captured on up. Got the snipers right there next to the AT gun. Make sure nobody touches it. Yeah, I'm going to keep this one for the time being. I'm satisfied with this one. Snipers moving around. Panzer Grenadiers trying to repair up to 2-2. Not reinforced at the moment. Got some shots there onto the Panthers. Got these snipers advancing on forward as well. These hits there onto the Panther right there. Hummel's moving around. The 2 has been repaired on up. And we got AT gun pushing way forward. Looks like it's been resecured. Snipers kept it nice and warm. And 2-2 is falling on back now. AT gun blind with shot. Does get hit there on the 2-2. Yep, I can see how the recoilless rifles don't hit much whatsoever. And that was even a Vet 3 squad. Hummel's eyeing for a barrage on that 2-2 on that AT gun there. And the reinforcement getting annihilated. Oh, line run does come forward. Takes out the 2-2 there. And Hellcats do find a flank there, hitting the Panther from the side and rear. One Panther's almost down. The Panther does go down first, and yeah, probably does not have AT grenades for research. And the Panzer League player does cast in the GG. Black Irving sitting on up, but you got some shots there onto the Hummel. Also, I'm an ugly bastard. Hummel does go down there, slowly picking them off there. He may be just AFK at the moment.
Base is under enemy fire for the homeland.
Needs to hit there onto the Hummel. Or the truck's going down. Yep, he's just going AFK at the moment. And that is the end of the replay. This is Amgrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay. Though before I actually start the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. I've been drinking a lot of water today. One moment, please. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. And there we go. Deleted, and let's go on to the next 2v2. I have some 2v2s up here. Any particular one you want to see? Got Magnolia, Fey King, Sheep, Wolf. I may have cast this one. These players, I don't recognize any of the names, or these players. Cast 1v1s? Sure. Let's see. I think I may have done that one. And it's also the map. I should avoid using that map. That one tends to cause lag spikes. Cast quite a bit of him recently, so maybe this one here. Yeah. Yesterday, if you ever cast the... Here, I'll go back and take a look at that one. Maybe that's the one I selected. I'll just go back and do that one then. Let's see. Not sure. Did I select one with him? Yeah, or some sort of alias for them that I'm not familiar with. Another Smurf account. Because I don't think I saw one with him in it. Oh, I'll just go back to that other replay then, since I don't see the one you're referring to. Unless you're talking about 2v2. Oh. Talking about a different replay, looks like. Yep. If you want me to cast that one, I can. Yep. Let's go and do that. I would need to restart the game. Please give me one moment. Because I have to move it over into the folder. Control V. Take a moment to reload. Oh yeah, pull back up Rumble in case there's anybody chatting over there. Most time this No chats. No problem. If you have a replay you can want to send to me, go ahead and just post in chat, send a DM through Twitch and things of that sort. And here we go. Ah, it's one of your replays, I guess. I'm thinking about setting up a Discord for all the games I cast. You know the main menu on your replay be added list? Usually when I do that, it doesn't show up. And I'm probably used to Company Heroes 2 and other games. Oh well, too late. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the Panzer League player, we have Statement in fancy lettering. Spawn on the south side as the US Forces, we have Zulu. Or maybe from Shaka Zulu. Who knows? Oh, no, Zulu's a tribe, Shaka Zulu's a name of the leader. Never remember that stuff. We also got Panzer Grenadiers being pulled on the field. Not uncommon for Panzer Elite. They tend to go for Panzer Grenadiers. Do now have the engineers pulling out of barracks. Not big surprise. US players tend to go for barracks. And right now the Kaliningrad actually eyeing for the fuel point and not for the missions point. So he's eyeing for probably for a 2-2 rush, I'm guessing. Engineers pushing way up north.
Ready to respond.
D43s being upgraded. Already stated. Engineers eyeing for a fuel point. And Lucy's going to try to cut. Does blow out some wire there. Very nice. And now the strategic point, the cutoff point is being captured on up. Strategic point being captured on up. Munitions sector being captured as well. And these Panzer Grenadiers pushing way down south. Keep advancing down the road. We'll get to assassination very quickly. Panzer Grenadiers now engaging, receive minimal damage there. Jeep received minimal damage as well. And now we've got the engineers captured the BP. Keep firing away, get some damage there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. And now the Jeep sort of backing on off. We do have the engineers trying to repair up the Jeep or now getting inside the garrison. There are plenty of windows from the fire from. The Jeep's going to be knocking around the Panzer Grenadiers. They knock around them, prevent them from firing on the Jeep, as well as maintain them in range of the engineers. As the engineers get some great damage there. Panzer Grenadiers falling on back there. One of them's down to one model there. Takes a retreat path, but this engineer is not really going to be a bad retreat path away from engineers. D43 is now trying to gauge the garrison at maximum range. He could possibly pop the engineers out and try to repair them around the corner, or just put the whole Jeep around the corner as well. Panzer Grenadiers maybe eyeing to get inside the garrison, but got riflemen trying now in the house as well. Making themselves at home. There are five windows on the side. And these Panzer Grenadiers are falling back, and I'm glad I'm casting on a map that does not cause my game to stagger or lag. So smooth now. Rifleman squad advancing on forward, engaging the Panzer Grenadiers. Jeep almost fully repaired. Good enough. Bit of scratches there. And now the Jeep is knocking around the rifleman there. Not rifleman. G43 squad there, preventing them from firing, and also taking a lot of hits as well. Having the Jeep take damage there is perfectly fine for the riflemen and engineers. Panzer Grenadiers are falling back, and the engineers can take time to repair up the Jeep and patch up those dents they put in there. We do now have the Panzer Grenadiers engaging from light cover there. The fuel point has been decaptured, and this Kaliningrad is falling back, receiving a bit too much fire there. Strategic point being captured up, strategic point being captured on up, Kaliningrad pushing its way down south.
Defensive operations have been upgraded.
And nice early healing. I do like early healing. Keeps the guys topped off and reduces manpower bleed. Sure, it slows down some other deployments such as vehicles and 2-2s, but sometimes a live infantry is just well enough. Because infantry can't capture points if they're dead. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward, trying to eye for some light cover there. You got the G43s here as well. He may use suppressive fire on this rifleman as they advance forward. Panzer Grenadiers are in a good position there. May want to great far task into light cover. Of course, there's one light to make them dance. And now the cutoff point is the capture. Kaliningrad does capture the fuel point. Probably going to be making its way over this regular strategic point now. The rifleman squads do split up a little bit, which means they're going to have trouble holding the area. And this is not really eyeing the whole area. 3rd Rifleman Squad now advance on forward. Panzer Grenadiers eyeing for a bit of heavy cover there. Kaliningrad kept this cutoff point there, trying to get that stuff back in supply. Jeep advancing forward, maybe trying to hold these Panzer Grenadiers outside the heavy cover there. And we've got the G43 squad following back. And this Panzer Grenadier squad will be receiving a bit of damage there from the engineers. This Panzer Grenadier squad's receiving a bit of fire as well. We've got reinforcing Panzer Grenadiers push way forward, but not fully reinforced. Panzer Grenadiers holding the line. Damage and crit there on the Jeep. Engineers trying to fall back, get it repaired up. And Master Tree coming up on Panzer Grenadiers, but the healthy one will stay out on front. Trying to keep this cutoff point from being decaptured. Best focus this one down, even though this one's very wounded, attempting to hit that one as well. And the Rifleman squad's just trying to charge forward. Much needed healing there. Need some reinforcements as well. Had a grab push him around. And does get the point captured there. And I see him try to go for the capture there, but it was unsuccessful. P43 of the squad advancing forward. Does the other Panzer Grenadiers have any upgrades? No, we do not see any. And now the Kaliningrad is same bit of fire there, being pursued by the Jeep. The Jeep can't pursue for long. Too many Panzer Grenadiers in this region. Good damage on the Riflemen. Panzer Grenadiers a little bit out in the open, and I need to recapture this cutoff point now. The Panzer Elite player has been maintaining minimal income at the moment. I got this Panzer Grenadier inside this garrison. We'll have trouble firing over this direction. And it looks like Jeep does find an angle there to fire on that Panzer Grenadier. Flame Engineer now deployed on the field. I need to get inside this garrison. They have a home wrecker, he is. Destroying this home. Let's get one model dropped in the engineer. Nice. Jeep still has plenty of health to work with. There you have the Panzer Grenadier inside this garrison, and there's plenty of windows firing up. He's currently firing from these 2 windows rather than these 2 windows, so all the Panzer Grenadiers are firing. And going for this cutoff point, very nice. However, nope, that is a cutoff point there. That is not attached. Flame Engineer squad does fall back from the garrison, way too far behind enemy lines to fight it out. And now the Rifleman squad is trying to capture this point here. At this point in time, with this point now decaptured, he needs to fully capture this sector to get these other sectors in supply. So we got the Panzer Grenadiers trying to stop them. And this Panzer and Kaliningrad is the best rush out working to get it recovered. Rifleman squad falling back does only decapture this point there, so both sides have basically no income at the moment. Keep still firing away, getting some damage there on the garrisoned unit, but I think the garrison unit's getting more damage in return. While I didn't really need to fully capture the sector, it will stall out any additional income from his opponent. Oh, Teller mines. So we do have the Dr. Lock and Tank Hunter. Flame Engineer does force back those Panzer Grenadiers. Flame Engineer does fall back nice and early. And wait a second. Oh, the Triage Center is very, very far forward, ain't it?
Attention.
Down south,
advances.
no other structure at the moment. We do have a supply yard here. And the Kaliningrad's captured the VP now. It looks like 500. All the VPs have not been touched this entire game, apparently, by either player. Now the Panzer Elite player is trying to touch them in inappropriate places. And now this Panzer Grenadier squad does fall back. This Panzer Grenadier squad is inside of this garrison. There's only 2 windows on the side. But with him circling around, he will have more than just 2 windows firing. Now he only has 2 windows firing. US players trying to capture this sector now. And he is getting some good damage on the Rifleman squad. He does have this 3rd window firing right now since they sort of danced around to the other side of the building. But now there's only 2 members left, so regardless where they're firing from, they're going to be firing. Let's fall back right there. Jeep face forward, and the Panzer Grenadier will escape on out of there. I hear a light ATF truck now deployed on the field. He's expecting a Greyhound. If not, it can occasionally get some kills there. Engineer squad does receive a nice hit there from the ITF track. 2 kills there, thanks to the backdrop of the hay barrel, or hay pile. And now these Panzer Grenadiers advancing on forward. Riflemen do recapture that cutoff point, but it's currently cutting off nothing. Kaliningrad, fresh Kaliningrad now deployed on the field. Jeep advancing on forward. Kaliningrad does body block the Jeep there. And the Panzer Grenadiers are falling back. Light TF track patrolling around, trying to find some shots onto the Jeep.
Hunter, we must defend the enemy's advances on our victory points.
Overall, the US players maintaining great field control. The Kaliningrad could go around, capture the left flank of the map, which it is now. Light TF track fires a shot on the garrison, looks like, but rolling some misses. And right now, that rifle squad does need to fall back down to 2 members. Downsley player does have some income right here, as well as maintaining income from these 2 points. But overall, the US player will have sustained more missions income with both these mission sectors, while the counterpart fuel points captured up by both players. We do have Approved Company, Panzer Command deploying on 2-2, and a Panzer Support Command all deployed on the field, so he has all the soldiers needed for a Panther, or 2. The US player right now does not have tank depot nor motor pool. No visible doctrine locked in just yet. If we compare the 2 players' command points, we know he's gone for teller mines. There's at least 1 command point consumed. But the US player has a very similar amount AP as well. So it's likely he has not selected doctrine just yet, or at least not a select that command point yet consumption. Tank depot now deployed on the field. So that means he will be able to pull out some heavy armor. The light TF track will be very useful in critting them. So we may get overran. We may see sticky bombs here. I'm not sure if we have access to sticky bomb research. And Panzer Grenadier does fall back. Flak Irvings attempted to fire there, and we've got the 2-2 advancing on forward. Kaliningrad a bit too far from home. We're going to see some fire there from the Jeep. Does get damage to crit there, nearly at the maximum possible threshold of health for that. We've got the Riflemen and Flamer Engineers falling back, 2-2, and light TF track advancing forward. Kaliningrad's almost dead. And it looks like he will set fire to that unarmed man. 2-2 is sort of advancing forward, trying to find some damage on this rifle squad. Is behind a bit of heavy cover there. 2-2s are very reasonably durable versus the 2-2s. Deep at full health, the engineers can't repair it up.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Some of the flanks there, this points right now not being captured on up. Flame engineers advancing forward. Losing some damage there on the mortar half track.
Base is under attack.
Rifleman squads dancing around, getting some healing. The triage center being right there. While I sort of disagree, I prefer, in a couple years too at least, healing back at home. It is being useful, providing some healing in case this area gets pressured again. And probably rotating around like that as well. Riflemen and engineers push way forward. Do have now this Jeep engaging the Panzer Grenadiers as well. Alright, some shots there into the hay barrel. And Panzer Grenadiers behind some heavy cover as well. Not really hay bale. Hay bale is when it actually is in a big circle, just a hay pile. Telemine deployed on the field. We don't see... Oh, we do see a landmine deployed, a minesweeper on the field. Is he? Why would he go for a minesweeper? Did he see a telemine being put on the field? Did he get indication that there was a Days Gone for Tank Hunter? Because most of the time you don't need to worry about landmines against Panzer Elite. There's not many sources where they can pull out landmines. Munitions half-track, Schimwagen, and of course Teller mines. Light half-track firing away against this rifleman squad, rolling some misses there. A lot of riflemen inside this garrison. There's a lot of windows to fire out, but however, it does fall back for all these forces. Jeep may get destroyed there. We got a light mortar half-track there. Panzer does connect. And now 2-2 is going to be trying to pursue these forces. There's no landmine right here. And does get a damage to crit there on the 2-2. May save it. It's going to be very close. You may want to use suppressive fire there from G43 saves 2-2, and 2-2 does manage to drive away. Oh yeah, I forgot that you can. There's little indications of the Kettengrad. Always forget about that. These small little animations sometimes really hard to notice.
Fire here! To move!
Of course, now he has a minesweeper out to find any teller mines.
We have aerial recon capabilities.
There's one there. It's a bit of a weird spot. Maybe if it destroys the cover hedge there, then you can find it by running it over. Or maybe you could try baiting it over the side by retreating back one direction or the other direction, depending on what the engagement's like. Let's see. Can we see the animation of the Kettengrad? No, it looks like a husk to me. M10 now pulled on the field. He's gone for M10s, not Hellcats. More pen, less maneuverability, and we got strafing runs available. He has 300 munitions, so that's a lot of munitions right now. And it has a small. Oh, I was going for a sniper there. I saw the manpower pick back up and back down, so he's going for a sniper at the moment. 2-2 has been fully repaired. We got 2 Panzerschrecks here. They can eventually be 4 Panzerschrecks. Fresh Kettengrad, and now let's see the animation. It's that little stuff in the back. Rifleman squad does.
The indomitable Hetzer tank is now available.
Fresh Hetzer now deployed on the field. Good Panzerschreck shots there onto the M10. Flame engineers advancing forward. Rifleman eyeing perhaps a sticky bomb there. I'm not sure if he has that in research. Light after. Oh, that landmine almost was discovered the hard way. Flame engineers and rifleman does get inside the garrison, firing from all directions. The Panzer squad needs to get out of there. Landmine not found just yet. 2 now engaging. Rifleman squad running down the cliff side. He still has 2 flamers in there. Strafing around somewhere. Maybe that's a recon run. 2 advancing on forward. 2. I don't know how he can try to bait him onto that teller mine. Panzerschreck does get a good hit there. AT Hetzer advancing forward, trying to find some shots onto the rear armor of the M10. But does roll. See if it bounced there. Doesn't get a shot off the moment. See if they bounce there from the light TF track. We go for a crit shot there. Rolling bounce on the rear armor. Do severely damaged, but will get gunned down by the rifleman. Right now the M10's knocking around the rifleman, preventing them from shooting. Panzerschreck advancing on forward, rolls a miss there on the M10 that could have got a kill. We've got these forces now falling back from that garrison. Panzerschreck lining up a shot there. M10 not responding, does roll a miss there. And does fall back there, and the M10 does get saved, mostly by luck, honestly, as well as just not the M10 really pursuing it.
Ready to roll off.
Airborne squad on plot on the field. Okay, did use a strafing run. Not so sure where though.
Airborne engaged!
Rifleman squad, airborne squad right there. Airborne squad, of course, have access to frag grenades without needing the research. And B43 squad needs to get out of there. He's trying to use the Hetzer to pull these guys around. Got a 360, crushes a couple models there. And single rifleman inside the garrison. Could potentially wipe it out. Doesn't look like he will. And good maneuver there by the Hetzer, preventing the rifleman and airborne squad from pursuing him. Hetzer and M10 now engaging at medium range. Not so honorable medium range. Does fire some shots on the casualty clearance, or the, not casualty clearance station, triage center. Getting some multiple pens there. Now got this ATS advancing forward. Light TF track damage engine crit there. Mortar raining on in. Maybe that strafing aircraft got shot down by the base MGs. That may have happened. I didn't see it fly about. I thought I saw a reconnaissance aircraft fly about.
Base is under
Maybe
attack.
I didn't see the exact area it actually hit though. Airborne squad.
Our forces are taking casualties.
Oh, fired up, cause them to sprint straight into the treads of the Hetzer. I don't know if you guys heard. I know I used noise gate there. I wonder if you guys heard me gasping like that. So I know sometimes the noise gate doesn't pick up some of those other sounds I make, like the gasp, but that was a massive crush there. Two ATSers now pull on the field, gain some great damage there onto the M10. That's a straight and run there. Oh, looks like he pinned down the Panzer Grenadier there. I don't think it got the kill on anything there. Does destroy the M10 with the Hetzers, though this Hetzer received a bit of damage.
Composition B is in.
And now we've got sticky bombs now available. Rifleman squad does not get sticky bomb upon retreat, and this Hetzer is the long path around to avoid any sticky bombs. As you just have to assume your opponent goes for sticky bombs when you're playing against as Panzer Elite, or really any game. Both planes got shot down. Ah. That's unlucky for him. And that's the reason why in Cup Heroes 2, they made it so those base flak guns can't shoot down aircraft. Because honestly, sort of BS, a free flak Irvings can shoot down aircraft.
Enemy unit down.
There goes that Kettengrad there. At this point in time, it may be a good idea for the US player to deploy out some close rifles and perhaps take down those flak Irvings. Also, maybe position straight so it doesn't fly over this base sector first. Have them come over the other side of the map first.
We've got new recruits.
What is it?
Engineers are seeing a bit of fire and sending a lot of fire. Flame engineers who fall back there. Rifleman squads making their way forward. Gave some damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Another M10 now pulling on the field. Yes. Wait, oh yeah, the airborne squad was crushed right there. I was wondering, so where is that? Dead. Into a thin red paste from the treads. Rifleman squad's faints forward. He does have sticky bombs research, and there's now 2 sticky bombs on the Hetzer. And like flies, you really want to try to shake them up, but you can't. It's fully immobilized there, so additional sticky bombs could finish off, as well as the M10. M10 received a bit of fire there, and there's additional sticky bomb onto the rear. They got a short print there, and 1 carcass there. Giving Veterancy 2 on that 1 rifleman squad. The other 2 rifleman squads do have Veterancy 1. Mortar half track. And repaired on up. It may have received sticky bombs there. Wasn't paying attention to it. Supply yard. No levels, no supply yard levels just yet, and he's getting some nice efficiency as rifleman. Making good progress there without the supply yard levels. Or research. Levels, research. Same difference.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them.
AT Paradrop is now available.
He's pretty low manpower. He's going for
Taking casualties.
Ooh, there goes that was the Minesweeper engineer, wasn't it? Or a flame engineer, 1 to 2. I see the welders right there.
Recruits in, we're back to full strength.
Either way, 1 dead engineer squad, and now the teller mines. That's a regular US landmine there. There's a regular US landmine right there, teller mine right there. M10 may find the teller mine, and if he stands on top of that US landmine there, could it be exploded underneath his feet by a stray shot of some sort? Good shot there in the G43 squad, rifleman squad trying to advance forward, trying to get some sticky bombs off. Second M10 now on the field. This M10 still needs to fall back. M10, okay, its barrel is not really facing towards it, but is hitting it. Sticky bombs onto the rear arm of the Hetzer. Damage to crit there, more pens there. But this M10's receiving a bit too much fire there. 2 to 2 is getting a lot of damage on his own Hetzer there. He does take out that M10 as well. Flame engineer squad receiving a bit of fire there, and does fall back now. SCG squad advancing forward.
We got contact.
Rifle squads, does get 2 sticky bombs there on the light ATF track, but does get 1 gunned down. Light ATF track does go down. There's still a lot of Axis vehicles on the field. Sticky bomb there on the Hetzer. Very nice throw through the hedge. and it gets fully mobilized with its rear armor exposed to his opponent's base. However, this player has no assets being pulled out of the field. He can quickly drop an AT gun. He has enough manpower there to quickly drop an AT gun there. Rifleman is inside the garrison, able to draw some fire away from the 2-2s. Where's that AT gun at? Did he just dropped the AT gun on top of the teller mine and it got blown up? What the hell? Can you retreat it back? No. Well, no, you can't retreat it back. If you would have got it back to base, you wouldn't be able to reinforce the gun. Because believe it or not, if you do a command to kill a gun in, say, Company Heroes 2, you can reinforce it. Rifleman squad does fall back there. Good sticky bomb there. Does not get it killed off. Got this guy blitzing on forward. The landmine was detonated there. But yeah, there is an interaction where you can get the gun reinforced if it's destroyed, at least in Company Heroes 2. I'm not sure how it works in Company Heroes 1, but likely the same. Though, then again, most people wouldn't even think about trying running it back to its base. Though in Company Heroes 2, if you try to reinforce the gun, while sometimes it won't actually go to the squad, but it'll just get deployed out on the field sometimes. So it could potentially be used for a duplication. There's a lot of weird interactions in Company Heroes 2. I have no idea how it's going to work in Company Heroes 1. Somebody should try testing that out and see what the hell happens. Grenadier squad may get wiped out right here by the Rifleman squad. There's a lot of Riflemen there.
Enemy unit down.
It does get wiped out by the Rifleman squad there. Flamethrower's received quite a bit of damage there. Rifleman squad does fall back there. Panzer Grenadier squad could get forced back. He's trying to get some damage on these two dudes. This one has plenty of health, but damage engine. This one has not really a lot of health, but no damage engine there. And all these forces do fall back.
Supply drop is ready and asking for smoke.
These sectors are cut off, because this is not a way to get back in supply. He does need to capture the strategic point there to get that resources back in supply. He does need that munitions there. He's going for an M10, very nice. It's probably a good idea. Esther has been repaired and up, has 20 infantry kills. That may be the one that crushed all of the airborne squad as well. Rush huts are also pulled on the field. The two getting repaired up. Go for another supply drop there. Could potentially, he needs munitions for the sticky bombs, that's for sure. Should be able to get sticky bomb on that AT Etzer. Draw Center now receiving some fire there. Okay, he can't get that munitions drop there. It just looked like it was a weird spot, and overall. Let's capture them both up, very nice. He does have enough munitions now for a strafing run. He may want to keep the munitions high for a bombing run eventually. Curiosity does go down. Riflemen and engineers pushing along the flank, very good. Going for the VPs there will help solve the game.
Base is under attack.
That's very bold of him to assume there's no teller mines in that region. Oh wait, he can't crush those carcasses, can he? He backed himself to a corner. Hendrick fires. Rear armor hit there, one shot away from death. ATSR fires, but rolls a whiff. Rolls a whiff, another whiff there. ATSR trying to advance on forward, trying to get some shots down the M10. Fires, picks up the M10. That was a misplay on his fault. He should have, in order to escape out of there, he should have targeted down this wounded carcass and destroy it to escape on out of there. Of course, not many people think about targeting carcasses like that. And does back out of the game now.
They destroyed our barracks.
Nope. Or maybe that was an actual lag spike.
Losing a victory point. We are losing a victory point. Supply lines are broken. We have bases under supply.
And that is another replay. This is Amgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yeah, I sort of wonder about some of those interactions sometimes, like those bugs. And now I can feel my caffeine starting to kick on in. I drink a lot of caffeine because I was tired, and now it's starting to kick on in. Let's see now. I'm sort of in the mood for a 2v2 for right now. Let's go and just finish off the day with a 2v2. He is literally level 20. No comment. I cannot evaluate people's skill mostly in this game, because I have never played a single game of Company Heroes 1 online. Though I can probably see a really big noob when I see one. Don't only do that though. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Company Heroes 1 replay. I spawned on the top right side as the US forces, Sevenska Kriegsmachten. I have no doubt how to pronounce it. Spawned as his US ally, we have Butt Kicker. Spawned on the left side as the Red Panzer Elite, we have Boy 100188. And as the Fairmark player, we have Pink Inch 0NG0.
Barracks complete, as ordered.
More like I just for a time frame I played Company Heroes 2 and just never really got into started playing Company Heroes 1 online. A lot of the games catch my attention. I've started Company Heroes series in Company Heroes 2 when the Ardennes Assault expansion came out. Then I got into a lot of modding when I was deployed into Kuwait, because you got a lot of downtime when you're over deployed in Kuwait. So I got into modding Company Heroes 2, made up my own mod, made my own stupid mods, and then I started getting casting streaming, primarily starting Grey Goo actually. So I think my first replay release was Company Heroes 2. I started streaming when I was Company Heroes 2 and Grey Goo. Then added in like some other games as well, such as like Act of Aggression when that came out. Basically, it was streamers, casters like Green Zero, General's Gentleman, and other sources that got me into casting. Oh yeah, Cybert as well. I was into watching a lot of replays and casts from Command & Conquer. Jeep received a bit of fire there. Push way forward, gained some damage on various Pioneer squads. Got Panzer Grenadiers advancing forward. Kenigrad captured some various sectors. And the Pioneers received a bit of damage there. Panzer Grenadiers push way forward, gained some damage there onto the Jeep. And we got these engineers trying to capture this sector now. Oh, Booba Trap. That means Scorched Earth, and that is going to be a city trap from the Kenigrad. There it is. So the Panzer player has gone for Scorched Earth on the 2v2. Not big surprise, that's basically standard. And now these Panzer Grenadiers push way forward. G43 and Bolt Action Rifle Squad. Kenigrad eyeing for the cutoff point there. Or it's not really a cutoff point, it's cutting off nothing. I always call these points cutoff points, even though they're not always even cutoff points in general. Keep advancing on forward. Try to get some damage on these Panzer Grenadiers, knocking them around. This building's good for riflemen. A lot of garrisons on both sides. And it looks like the most is trying to hit down this MG42. Pioneers and Kenigrad trying to capture the central VP. Panzer Grenadiers eyeing for this munitions sector. These Panzer Grenadiers trying to pursue the wounded Jeep now. Rifleman squad. Looks like they didn't retarget towards the Panzer Grenadier, trying to save his Jeep, and the Jeep goes out of control. Pioneers right there, we're seeing a bit of fire, and now these Pioneer squads do fall back. Jim Morgan makes his way forward, got the MG42 setting on up, and starting to press down the riflemen. Rifleman squad in this garrison needs to retreat back sooner rather than later, pretty close to being wiped out, and yeah, the garrison could still get him wiped out. He is may get wiped out. Rifle squad advancing forward, trying to flank this MG42. Panzer Grenadiers see a bit of fire, and that rifle squad does get wiped out right there. Big oversight. MG42 is trying to get overrun by the rifleman squad here. Panzer Grenadier needs to fall back and help his buddy. Shimbagan severely damaged, also to be focused on by this rifleman squad. Panzer Grenadier advancing forward, trying to get some damage here, and this Panzer Grenadier is back over here as well. This rifleman will be falling soft retreating way through a gauntlet. Panzer Grenadiers trying to push way over here. Kenigrad half health, a little bit more. I do have a supply yard now deployed on out.
Let's get this
Rifleman
over with,
squads
goddammit!
backing on off. We do have now this rifle squad eyeing for this cutoff point. Overall, good fuel controlled by the allies, though it looks like the resource sectors barring this fuel point are pretty much even. Here's pulling out a lot of traps there, tank traps. They're both pulling out tank traps. You can see both of them work on this infrastructure project. Wait, why is there just one there? That's the other player. That just seems weird to me. They both build the tank traps in the exact same line, I believe. Panzer Grenadiers repairing up the Schönwagen. Does use suppressive fire there. Really wants to win this engagement. Got another G43 squad advancing forward. He may be eyeing to suppress that squad as well. Both Grenadiers eyeing to capture the fuel point. We do have an engineer over here as well. I think he was the one that was building up these. Nope, that's this guy. They have the same mine. Are these the same player? Playing on two different computers at the same time? As the current rate, it looks like it. Engineers, unlike cover, will be potentially forced back by the Panzer Grenadiers. These rifle squads do get suppressed there by the MG42 and the Schönwagen. Pioneers may get overran. They may hold the line for the MG42. AoE suppression could hit these riflemen here. Rifle squad does get fully pinned there. And the MG42 may get fully wiped. At least packed on up, it won't drop the gun, but he may still get wiped out. Oh, maybe not. Those are some rounds in the Schönwagen. Didn't really pursue him around the hedge line.
Engineers taking heat!
Panzer Grenadiers, or not Panzer Grenadiers, Riflemen starting to engage these Panzer Grenadiers. We do have some roadblocks here, being also menacingly there, asserting dominance against all infantry trying to capture that BP, not BP, fuel point. And I've got these Volksgrenadiers capture the point. Booby trap there. Oh! Oh no. That was a really powerful incendiary trap. I don't think I've ever seen a incendiary trap that effective. This last one's not being burned alive.
Hey, you maggots wanna live
Usually the incendiary traps are not that great. The high explosive ones from Panzer Grenadiers do great, but the incendiary traps from the Kettengrads are not that powerful. And they tend to have a longer fuse time as well, so it's easier to dodge them. So that's probably the most amount of damage I've seen by a single incendiary trap like that. MG42 packing up, trying to run away. Got good number of Panzer Grenadiers on the retreat past the Rifleman squad. If you use suppressive fire, you want to really wipe it out, but does manage to escape on out of there. Rifleman behind some heavy cover there, but can easily get overwhelmed. There's just too much force here to hold back. And the Rifleman squad does fall back. This fresh Rifleman squad, relatively fresh, gains good damage there on the unupgraded Panzer Grenadier, but will need to fall back.
Now advance and capture territory.
This year's player has selected armor. He can now capture points with his light vehicles. He's going for a
Losing
motorpool,
ground
going for a
out there.
Greyhound. He may be eyeing to actually utilize that ability if he's going for a Greyhound. And go for that line as well. Let's take a look at everybody's doctrines,
Munitions point under attack.
resources, composition, all that sort. Of course, got this player has a motor pool.
Ready to move in.
Not a lot of manpower,
Give the order.
small reserve of munitions, and basically no fuel at the moment. For his teammate, we do have no manpower. Ugh, no squads. Small reserve of munitions, and basically no fuel. The Panzer League player has, we know he's gone for Scorched Earth. Has a small amount of manpower, no munitions. Has a Martyr Research. That's not the Martyr, but Martyr Research. He may want to go for Martyr Research or actual Martyr for the field at the current moment. We also know he's gone to Scorched Earth, and he's gone for increased squad size. He has the logistics company as well, so he has 4-man squads, Martyr Research, and likely a Martyr on the way. Soon to be on the way. But that's just a guess of the Martyr. And his teammate, the Wehrmacht player, we do see infantry assault teams, stormtroopers, which means Blitzkrieg. The option has been selected. It does have a Kampfkraft Center, Kriegsberg, Wehrmacht quarters, Pack 38, gains good hits there onto the Greyhound, sits up on that angle there. Does not have a Panzerfaust in the region. Circling around the Pack 38, that's the only way he can stay alive, though he could actually run around this hedge line around this way in order to stay alive as well. With armor skirts, he won't receive any small arms fire damage. Shimboggin, not sure if it can penetrate the rear arm of a Greyhound. And looks like the Greyhound will manage to run away. He's sacrificed a Pioneer squad to get a shot in the Greyhound. Does wipe out the MG42, sets on up, does not get a shot off, and will back away. Does cross some wire, the Wehrmacht wire while at it. Rifleman squads, a large number of Rifleman squads advancing forward. And the SCG squads getting some damage on the Rifleman squads that advance forward. The SCG squads not being focused down. It's also a 4-man squad as well, so it's much more effective than the 3-man squads. Flamingers does get suppressed there. MG42 has been recruited by the Panzer League player, and it was recruited by the Panzer Grenadiers. Hopefully didn't lose the entire squad of that. I think that one man is the remainder of that squad, but getting body blocked by his teammates Pack 38. Make it wipe down there, focus fire there, does take out the Captain Grad there, and the Panzer Grenadier does escape out of there, but the Pack 38 does get decrewed. Grab it. So, and SCG squad falls back as well. He's actually maybe able to capture up a Pack 38.
We are losing ground.
Though we've got the Panzer Grenadiers now charging forward. He needs to rush down the Pack 38, prevent it from being fully secured. Greyhound advancing forward. This is a different Greyhound than the one that's damaged severely. And there is a mortar on field, so I was correct about that guess. Finds a good hit there on that Greyhound. He may want to circle around the Martyr. Pack 38 set up right there. Not doing a good job of supporting his buddy. Now set up a better angle. Blind sight blocker from that push. A damage to crit there from the Flak Irving. And gets a kill there with the Pack 38. Ooh, MP40 squads. I love seeing the MP40 squads. Doesn't have any veterancy on his infantry or anything. Oh boy, that's not a lot of squads on the field, is it? The Stormtroopers wouldn't be half bad, whether it be double Panzerschreck or even STGs at this moment in time. STG Stormtroopers can be very effective, especially with their camouflage used as an ambush capability. Roadblocks do get destroyed by the captured Pack 38. Looks like it was fully captured. Martyr finds a hit there. Good set on up to get more rate of fire. That Greyhound does have extra 1. Rolls a miss there. And Flaming Shears do receive a bit of fire there as well. Martyr advancing. Nope, not Martyr. Greyhound advancing forward once again, trying to circle around the Martyr. Pack 38 from his buddy there. Sets him up there. Needs the Pack 38 set him a better angle. It's a bit of a poor control there. Shimboggin being salvaged there. Does get hit there. Main gun destroyed, crit there, and landmine takes out the Greyhound. Was that a... He's going for Scorched Earth, so that's not a Tellermine there. Rifleman maybe trying to eye for a sticky bomb there, but also Martyr's armor is vulnerable to small arms fire. Does salvage that carcass there. Martyr just needs to get away. Command? Maybe saying talking about Doctrine? Yeah. Thing armor. Martyr just needs to run away. I wonder if he has sticky bombs in the research. He has sticky bomb in the research. And the Rifleman squad does get suppressed there and receive lots of fire. Fine stash of fire. Just hot bullets.
Composition B is in. Troops can now make sticky bombs.
Sticky bombs are now available for the US player that try to overrun the Martyr. Flaming Shears gain some damage there on the STG squad. Very nice. Suppressive fire pins down the Flaming Engineer squad, forcing back. Running away slowly. Rifle squad does get suppressed there by the MG42 in the back line. And that MG42 is secured by the Panzer League player. Rifle squad holding the line, gains great damage to the STG squad. STG squad needs to fall back. Could potentially get wiped, but decides to fall back early with the Rifleman. Probably a good idea. US medics charging forward. So we know about armor. We know, okay, there's infantry, armor, Blitzkrieg, and Scorched Earth. So all players have selected their doctrine. Let's take a quick look at everybody's resources. Armor player has no resources. Going for another Greyhound. And going for supply yard level 1. Not bad. He has a small amount of munitions. He's outgoing. He has the Allied War Machine, which means a Calliope line. So he's going to go for Calliopes and not for a chain of armor. Has been to overrun the captured Pack 38. Flame Engineers push way forward, gain some good damage there on the Panther Grenadiers. Does not use suppressive fire there on the Flame Engineers. Rifleman squad advancing forward as well. And now one Panther Grenadiers squad falling back, 2 of them falls back, all 3 falls back. You got these Rifleman squad. No wipes there, no additional model drops, and these medics actually managed to claim those casualties relatively unscathed.
Artillery support is now
Fully
available.
unscathed. And artillery support is available, and he already had that ability, so that is the M2 available now. So will we see 1, 2, or 3 M2s? 2 is likely, 3 is not uncommon. 2 does see the shot there. Fire shot into the building, showing that house who's boss. He is, of course, a bit of a homewrecker. Greyhound being upgraded with the 50 cal now has the armored skirts. Oops, not Fog of War. I'm so glad I actually did not click on cinematic mode. It bugs up the camera. So this player we have selected now, infantry player, has a small reserve of manpower, enough munitions for off that power shoot there. Greyhound stays alive, suppress down the rifleman squad, and the Greyhound will escape on out of there. His teammate has, of course, a small reserve of munition or manpower. Not a lot of munitions. He just cast some munitions there. He's eyeing for a sticky bomb. Nope. Yeah, sticky bomb is on the Pak-38. Get some damage onto it. That's probably not a good idea to go for a sticky bomb that.
This raid will be taking Berlin by Christmas.
Do get some good shots there. Pins down the Flamer squad. Flamer squad's advancing forward. Fog of War. Ansley player has not a lot of manpower. Plenty of munitions for the moment, and a small amount of fuel. He does have the support weapons command. Panzer support command, so he can pull out some Panzer IV Cs and other assets from there. There's the Torque Antigua. Rifle squads get suppressed there. M242 is almost wiped out. And remember, it's the Panzer Elite one, so it does get chain veterancy. I'm not sure how people upgrade their veterancy on the M242. Defense will make them a bit more resilient. Yep, he goes with defense. And the Wehrmacht player has a lot of munitions there. He probably should go for the manpower blitz as soon as possible with that much munitions. So for a half track, he may be eyeing for Warframens. He does have a decent force out in the field now, with including 2 Stews. Let that Stew in. Okay, that was a horrible pun. The medic station has 1 casualty remaining in order to get a free squad of riflemen. Oh. Okay, that medic decides to drop off the casualty at point blank range. Is rifleman dead? Okay. So the medic dropped a casualty right there, and then got a free squad right there, and then that rifleman squad it got blown up. Alrighty then. Flame Engineers advancing forward, or Rifleman here support. Got far Rifleman from his teammate. Flame Engineers who gets suppressed there. There are 2 squads STGs there. Does get suppression onto one of those STG squads there. Only gets pinned there and does force back all those Panzer Grenadiers. Captured Pak-38. Gets a pen and bounce there. Finds a landmine there. And do have now the Warframen upgrade.
Welcome to the squad.
Greyhound now being salvaged, very nice. Gotta be careful not to salvage his any Axis vehicles, because his teammate could use a Berk Antigua to recover them for them. Warfman barrage raining on in. Gets some good hits there on that one Rifleman squad, not bad. M2 barrage raining on in, trying to deal with the MG42. That is secured by the Wehrmacht player. Holy crap. Great Stew shot there. 15 kills, that was this guy likely. Martyr here to support the Volksgrenadiers with MP40s. And now I got this Rifleman squad falling back. Oh, I just realized something. The little chat window I had did not show the bits that you donated. Sorry about that. Oh, 1 bit. Thank you for the 1 bit that you donated 51 minutes ago. My apologies. Good to know. First time somebody ever donated a bit to me, and I now know my chat window does not display them. Need to fix that. Maybe install some sort of notification for that. Which reminds me as well, I wonder what notifications I'm not receiving from the other streams. I'm right now streaming to 5 different locations at once. Greyhound landmine right there, and destroyed engine right there from the light TF track, and explodes himself to get destroyed engine right there on the light TF track. And I think it says RT4 right there. I think it's using M2s trying to get it repaired up. Does he have... He does have off-map power shoot available. He's the one who called it in. And it looks like the light TF track does manage to get its engine repaired in time. Pack 38 received a bit of damage there, but very, very small damage. We do now have a Sherman Calliope now put on the field, as well as these riflemen now pushing way up north. We got a big chain of landmines there by the U.S. player. We do have a Wehrmacht landmine right there next to the Martyr. A little bit too close. If it blows up, the Martyr may actually be dead. And now got AT gun facing forward to engage the Martyr. The Martyr can only withstand one shot. Now likely to go down, though there could be always those other crits. Or the M1 AT gun rolls a miss there. Viper Barrage raiding on in, forcing back these forces. Martyr dead to the M1 AT gun. Yes, yesterday I did. And I'm going to make it a public release on YouTube Sunday, noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to watch it in 4K, 60 FPS, it'll be there. Get some good hits there on the Stu. Stu does have destroyed engine crit there. And Stu's moving around back, trying to avoid any additional fire as well. Got a repair bunker right here.
They're taking one of our points.
Down south, we got riflemen advancing forward. There is a 223 here. And boom trap has been triggered right there. Rifleman squad not responding all too well. It's incendiary trap there from the Kettengrass, so it's a long fuse time. We got another 223. We're seeing a bit of fire there. Off the power shoot running in somewhere. Not sure where though. Maybe right there. Yeah, it's right there. Stu firing away. Does get a good shot there onto the Rifleman squad. Rifleman squad now falling back. And the 2-3 does go down. More landmines have been planted by the US player. Very nice. Does not have enough munitions anymore for any more off-and power shoots. We've got 2 camouflage pack 38s here as well. Looks like this one did survive the artillery barrage, and this one will may be hit by the artillery barrage. And the Warfman half-tracks are alive. Not a whole lot healthy, but the repair bunker could top their health off. Right there on the Rifleman squad.
They're hitting one of our forward emplacements, trying to take our territory.
Up north, we got now the STG squad advancing forward, trying to get some damage on the observation post. German Calliopes running away from the G43 and STGs. They know how dangerous those weapons are. Oh, and he actually has to play out some not tank traps, sandbags around these M2s, just to prevent hopefully drawing fire from, say, any Russian Panther and other assets. Flame Material Squad does get forced back there by the suppressive fire. M1 AT gun, Veteran C1. Oops, and of course, click on the minimap sometimes, make it careen off to the side.
They're hitting one of our forward emplacements, trying to take our territory.
SCG squad receiving some fire, literally. Rifle squad does force back the G43 squad. Flame Engineer squad falls back. And now this SCG squad is falling back. Could potentially get wiped out, but it's unlikely. We'll see a lot of damage, however. Heard a landmine detonation. It was these landmines here. The Panther, this Panther did get splashed by it, so it does have a damage right there. Stu's advancing forward. Rifleman receiving a nice hit there from the Stu. Does have efficiency 2 on Stu's, and we've got the Vet 1 AT gun against some good hits there. Warfman half tracks. I think they're eyeing for a barrage over here. Get some good hits there on the Stu's. Finds a splash hit there on the AT gun. may want to fall back, get healed up. That's you don't want to lose Infection C. Panther, damage and crit there again. I wonder if that's a different Panther. Yeah, both Panthers now have damage and crit there. Close range Calliope Barrage ring on in. Those receive some fire return. Annihilates that Panther there. This one does have Infection C1. I believe he's the one that got the kill. I can see a one vehicle kill counter. Tank kill, I should say. And that is a Vermach MG42 right there. Not sure where the Panzer Elite one went. Let's take a quick look at everybody's resources among... Starting from the top. Armor player has a good amount of manpower. Plenty of fuel probably for the rest of the game. Supply yard. Fully upgraded supply yard as well. Does have a composition of 3 riflemen, 2 Calliopes, and flame engineer and regular engineer. His teammate, not a lot of fuel, has been spending it. He must have a supply yard upgrades as well. And those are rangers. We got regular rangers up on the field, not from off a comic group. Very nice. I do hit these Warframe half-tracks there. Stu's fire a shot onto them. Let's focus on the rangers first. Nails his Pack 38 as well. Pulls back with these forces there. Does not decrew the Pack 38. Oh crap. He may... No, does not wipe out his own Pack 38 there. Booby trap right there. And looks like another incendiary trap there by Kettenkrad. Fresh Hellcat now pulled on the field. AT gun, that one AT gun does get a shot there, rolls a bounce however. To which, yeah, he does have level 2 supply yard there, so both of his players have their level 2 supply yards. As lead player has access to his Panthers, which we do of course saw them earlier, hitting landmines. One went down to a Calliope. He also has access to Hummels now. No Hummels deployed on the field at the moment. Rifle squad's main support, Calliope Barrage ring on. May pick up the light TF track. Light TF track does go down. Stick bomb does connect on the Panther. May damage. Just only got damage, no crits. Rifleman squad does fall back there. 28 and 9 kills on the Stews. One's clearly better than the other. And his teammate at the moment has a good amount of munitions, good amount of manpower, and good amount of fuel. Has a Panzer Command, and has a Vet 2 Panther as well. Very nice. Oh, there's a lot of landmines here by the US player. The Stews could find it, as well as the Panther. Has enough landmines for all of them. That Stew found his. And he's being get greedy. He's eating all the landmines. The Panther didn't get his fair share of landmines, and now got the Hellcat charging for it. Both these Stews have their damn engine. Rifleman's firing a barrage over here. Trying to these riflemen. Missed the rifleman. There's damage to crit there onto the Hellcat. Looks like he just received damage there from the Panther. Panther's in pursuit. Dude's just trying to run away, and got a sticky bomb onto this board from the half track. Other one's just trying to run away as well. And 40 folks in the main unit push on forward. And when Pack 38 does get decrewed there. Another AT gun receiving a bit of damage there. Power control Hellcat. Panther still is at full health. We got the Flak Irving now protecting these Warframe half tracks. MP4 gets some good damage there. MP42, Pensley, MP42, Perfection C1. Full fire burst on the retreating rifleman. Warframe half track raining on in. Not Warframe half track, Calliopes, annihilate the Pensley MP42. And there goes an STG and squad as well. Raiders do overrun the M1 AT gun thanks to fired up. And does go ahead and receive some shots there by Dan. If they do still have the 8 ninja crits though. German Calliopes backing on off a little bit. We do have, looks like Hellcat Pack 38, M2, M2. And it looks like the MG42 captured up by the infantry player. SCG's getting some hits there on the engineers, and I think my voice is starting to go out. Landmines right there, deployed by the infantry player, likely deployed by the riflemen themselves. Choose advancing forward, getting some hits there onto the rifleman. More hits on the rifleman, but only just doing splash damage there. Somehow did not kill that one model. One more model goes down, and it's likely going to be a wiped out squad. Somehow they're not wiped out. There we go. And he even saves the munitions point there. Ooh. Defensively, Panther goes down. Sherman takes one field. Hellcats from his teammate as well. So it looks like the infantry player has gone to pull out some Hellcats to support his teammate in armor-wise. Seeing that's also seeing the Wehrmacht player also pull out Panthers. They need to make sure they're both pulling out tanks. All this stuff that can engage Panthers. Now we've got Veteran 3 on the Panzer Elite forces. Not Panzer Elite. Wehrmacht forces. Panzer Grenadiers are falling back. Volksgrenadiers moving around. And we've got War from the half track firing away over here. Oh, right there.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, looks like the Kettlingrad does go down to the Hellcats. Carrying 90mm to a tiny little frame of a body is not good for its health. The Panzer Elite player. I'm just looking at the map. The Panzer Elite player does not have a whole lot on the field, nor does he have the manpower to pull out a Hummel for Panthers. He's lost quite a bit right there. His teammate has the shoes there, which can poke holes in these infantry. Very big holes. They tend to rip apart the body. That rifle squad needs to fall back there. Does get parasitic bombs onto the Wehrmacht Met 3 Panther. And the first one actually bounced. No, literally, it actually did bounce. I saw the bounce animation. I didn't realize sticky bombs can bounce like that. Stu finds a shot there. Rifleman squad needs to fall back. Good VIP barrage ring on in. Does get the repair pioneers. Panthers does damage to crit there. Hellcatcher report. Ooh, damage to crit there. There must have been a landmine that was detonated by the Stu shots. All those Stus got really good hits. Hellcat, both down. Sherman tanks, not upgunned at the moment. Target 4 should deal with the Panther, but they need to get the rear arm of the Panther before they can do any damage. Do have plenty of health to go with. Does have field repair and Allied War Machine available, but does only have enough munitions at the moment for field repair. Allied War Machine is soon to be available. Takes out some of the Stus there for Calliope Barrage, it's very nice.
Losing ground out there.
Now we do have these Panzer Grenadiers. Seeing a bit of fire there from the Shermans, which Sherman tanks are good against infantry. Stu advances forward. Does not have the rear arm of the Sherman. You don't see the upgun Sherman upgrade yet either. And he's pretty close to getting out a Pershing, right? Half command point, or 2/3 of the command point away. Hellcat advances forward, gets a good shot there onto... Panther gets a good shot in the Hellcat. Panzer as well. VIP barrage raining on in.
Enemy unit down.
And now the Panzer squad advances out forward. Flamingers push way forward as well. Needs good damage there on that tank Panzer squad. Forces them back. Two VIPs here. Veteran 1, Veteran 3. And booby traps now been triggered by the Rangers. I think it's going to be blowing up right there, and it's going to be the flame trap. That one really got exploded, lit on fire. Clearly, he combusted, right? Warframe barrage? Oh, there it is. I was reading that in. Gets a good hit there, getting a couple models. Does get the fuel point decaptured. I'm not sure if they need that fuel point anymore. I suppose the Wehrmacht player still needs a bit of it. Doesn't have a massive fuel reserve, just a good fuel reserve. Now we got also the Vet 3 Tiger tank, got Vet 3 Panther, Vet 3 Stu, and 2 Vet 2 Warframe half tracks. And the Panzer Elite player has plenty of fuel for the rest of the game. Finds a landmine there, very nice. Or not nice, depending who you're rooting for. And there's more US landmines upon the field by the infantry player. Rifleman squad is advancing forward. Don't see the center point scorched. Rifleman squad trying to advance forward, trying to get some sticky bombs onto the Panther. And we do have 8 tank grenades available for the Panzer Elite player. Panther receiving a lot of sticky bombs there. Gain some more bounces there, I believe. You have now the Hummel barrages raining on in. Not Hummel, M2 howitzer barrages. And now we've got 76mm Shermans with 50 cals upgraded, advancing on forward. Need some damage there onto these Panzer Grenadiers. He's focused on the Panzer squad first. Does see the hit there from the Tigerpanzer. And now these Sherman tanks, they fall back. 80 grenades nailing the Sherman tank there, so they're actually being useful. And that Sherman tank does go down. No Allied War Machine. It's generally not a really good idea to go for Allied War Machine and upgun the Shermans. It's a lot of munitions you have to put in those 50 cals. They don't really provide that enough value, in my
We are
opinion.
down to 200 points.
He doesn't have enough munitions there for Allied War Machine. Gets a small splash hit there on the Hellcat. Warframen trying to deal with these forces. Panther, Paramount Panther still staying with the crit there, probably for a long time ago. I've got the Repair Pioneers trying to repair it up. He gets some more hits on the Hellcat, but the Hellcat will run away thanks to the damaged engine crit there on the Panther.
Losing
Giga
ground
Panzer
out
can't
there.
fit Central VP. Pioneers trying to be captured as well. Hellcat, the small cat, now we're seeing some big hits from these big cats. Now we've also got a Warframe barrage right there, gaining not a lot of damage on that rifle squad.
Enemy
76mm
unit
Shermans to take out the Pioneers. Does get a great hit there onto that Panzer squad as well. Giga Panzer now trying to hit the Flamer Engineers. Those Flamer Engineers may want to just not be next to that region. We're seeing some damage there. Extra squad to see another hit there by the 76mm Shermans. Another hit there on the Panzer squads. 5 barrage running in, trying to soften the Tiger Panzer. And hits everything but the Tiger Panzer. Rapid squad charging forward, trying to get some sticky bombs off. Going for some sticky bombs there. Does get one sticky, all 3 sticky bombs there. Sherman 76mm, rotating around, gains some front armor balances. 50 cals
Enemy
getting
unit
the
down.
guns on the Kettengrad there. Now trying to get to the rear armor of the Tiger Panzer. This Sherman tank seems to fire there. He may does not have enough munitions there for fuel repair. Right there from the Panther. This Sherman tank's just trying to run away now. Get some rear armor, bounce to the rear armor there. This Sherman tank's almost down. And there goes one of the Sherman tanks there. Rifling squads, it seems to fire. Maybe I'm for some more stick bombs there. Second two are now running by the Princeton player.
Enemy
And
unit
now got the
down.
Stu in the mix as well. I'm so surprised that Tiger tank did not go down with those Sherman tanks. The efficiency really panned it out for that Tiger tank. And the Panther is still very wounded. And its engine's still very damaged. 5 barrage running in, gets good damage there, but remember as well, sort of firing down a hill, that's not exactly a great way to hit targets. Wow, look how tall that hill is. You never realize how tall these hills are until you look at it like this. Oops, I hit the Windows button so it may minimize. Now we've got MG placement being pulled up there. Clyde barrage is raining on in. Does get some hits there on that Tiger Panzer. And do got this, is that Knights Crossholders? Yeah, Knights Crossholders pushing out on top of the hill. Oh, and that's a roadblock from the Panzer Elite player.
We're back in full fighting.
Not sure why he's wiring off right there. That seems like a weird spot to put wire. STG squad against board. The Flame Engineers may just want to start burning him alive. There's some sauerkraut extra crispy. Does get to the point to be captured.
We have heavy armor and company
And down to
reserve.
one last model. Pershing's now available to be put on the field. Does need a little bit more manpower. And he's actually a pop cap. STG squad advance forward. Flame Engineers trying to deal with them. Tiger tank annihilates that Flame Engineer. 5 barrage ring on him. Gets a good damage on the STG squad.
Enemy unit down.
Knights Crossholders trying to gun down this munitions OP. The allies don't need any more fuel, so that's fine if that one goes down. German takes 76mm, may just want to go for crush move. One of those models have gone down. He has to perhaps find a better angle there. He may hit his observation post.
Trying to take our territory.
Or his teammate's observation post, I should say. Stu firing away. Gets a good hit there on the rifleman. And it looks like the machine gun bunker goes down. Or has gone down. Nice crossholders. Actually got fully destroyed there, didn't they? I don't see them retreating back. Sector artillery now raining in this sector. Rifle squad may go down right there. We got Sherman tank here to support out the Sherman tank. 75mm and 76mm.
Enemy unit down.
He's not going for his own 76mm upgrade at the moment. Warframe barrage is raining on in. Looks like decrewed the Pack 38. Captured Pack 38. 76mm advance forward. Does see a rear armor hit there from the Tigerpanzer. Stu goes down. It eventually to 76mm Sherman tank. And sword dancing around in front of it. Just needs to run away. Waits. AT grenades have been thrown, but AT grenades are incredibly inaccurate because they do not track whatsoever. Tigerpanzer still has its engine damage. Panther has been fully repaired. And one repair bunker still up. This repair bunker over here has gone down, and so did one of the Warframe half tracks. Let's take a quick look at everybody's resources. The infantry player has a massive reserve of manpower. Can pull up some off-map combat groups now. I wonder if we got these from off-map combat groups. Nope, they do not have the 50 caliber research. Blue trap has been triggered by his rangers. It's his ranger squad's likely gonna get wiped out. No additional explosion there. And the ranger does stay alive. Has been upgraded with Thompsons. 57 Sherman advanced forward. He doesn't and round up the rest of the resources. He has plenty of fuel, and small reserve ammunition. So maybe just spamming out Sherman tanks wouldn't be half bad instead of off-map combat group. His teammate has enough ammunition for Allied War Machine or Allied Field Repairs. Pick one, not both. Pershing has been employed on the field. And has, of course, a couple Sherman tanks as well, as with Sherman Calliopes, and 3 riflemen and 3 engineers, or 2 engineers. So he has a very good composition. Sector artillery still running in that one sector over there. Tigerpanzer receiving private damage. Pioneers need to repair it up. And the Panzer player does not have a whole lot of put on field, but does get a fresh pair of Panthers out on the field. And that is all of its manpower, basically. Pershing received quite a bit of damage there. Pershing has to be very careful. Needs field repair. Needs Allied War Machine. There's Allied War Machine there. Pershing just needs a bit suicidal now. Ain't gonna short it there. Sherman tank receiving a bit of damage as well. He does not get the cavalry recovery, and he does lose it. Gets a bounce there. Sherman 76 will go out of control there. It does both recover there. Rockman's trying to go for a stick bomb there. Off the power shoot running in from his teammate. And the Vermont player does not have munitions blitz at the moment. Probably pretty close. He has enough command points for it. Not munitions blitz, manpower blitz, and has plenty of manpower for the munitions for the manpower blitz. Ugh, getting all my words mixed up. Hellcats skirmishing around trying to hit some of these rear armor of the Panthers. Does try to pull 15 for the Tigerpanzer. This one has his barrel facing a Panther tank. It is a Fairmont Panther as well. Rolls bounce there onto the front armor of the Tiger tank. Rear armor hit there. M2 raining on in. Rolls another bounce down to the front armor of the Tiger tank. So you have the M2 now trying to get some artillery on in. Calliope as well. And does destroy the Tiger tank with the Calliope barrage. He definitely has enough command points for the manpower blitz. He should get that out, deploy it out, and then another Tiger tank and another other tank, whether it be Panther or Panzer IV. Panthers push a bit too far forward, receiving fire from 36mm Shermans. Pershing gets special suit 1. Hellcats unvetted. Sherman tank unvetted. Pershing line shot down the Panther and gets the kill. He goes out of control there. That may be a Vet 2. That's a Vet 2 Pershing. That is going to be a massive powerhouse right now. Panther could go down. Sherman tank and Pershing could advance forward. It may be a good idea to go for field repairs in the future rather than Allied War Machine, because that ventures into Pershing you do not want to lose. Nope, that is also Thompson's hitting STG squad there. Grenades been thrown. Gets one model. Forces them back. The central point is not scorched. Down south, we do have the VP being recaptured by the Remark player, and the Axis players are down to 57 tickets. Not a whole lot of tickets remaining.
I'm impressed.
Pershing and Sherman advancing on forward. He does not have enough munitions for either for field repair, let alone allied war machine. Fresh Tiga Panzer now pulling on the field. Lively barrage running on in, missing the Panther. Oh, Bazooka's hitting the Panther. He does have both bazooka models up and going. The Venom player does have 2 Panthers as well. Tiger tank gains some good damage on the Pershing. Pershing's falling on the back. Rolling some bounces missed there. Sherman tank getting some hits there. I think it's going for some sticky bombs, but does run. Does get 2 sticky bombs off. Ices a Calliope barrages in return. Fully immobilized, that is important. And this push forward, and does get up the Sherman tank.
Casualties being reported.
Got more Sherman tanks on the Doku. He has plenty of resources for them. Actually used up the rest of his manpower to queue up those Sherman tanks. 5 big barrage now running on in, trying to deal with the Tiga Panzer. Rifleman squad soft retreating away. We've got the Rangers trying to get some rearmor hits. He has still all 6 models up and going. He has a good rearmor hit there. I think there's a different Ranger squad as we saw earlier.
The enemy is down to 25 points.
Oh, and looks like the Axis players do back out of the game right there. This Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So as I mentioned beforehand, my voice is starting to go out, so it's probably a good time for me to end the stream, so my apologies. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, get some good rest, and enjoy. Enjoy.